little bit more prepared and show the result, well, that's good news. Maybe this team is going to be continuing to rise through the ranks because, man, this team has just been all over the place in the last couple of years.
And with their match against Chaos, which they lost, they did show some promise on their T side. However, if they're going up against FURIA, well, they're going to really, really need to have a CT side that can shut down, that knows when to aggress. Harry, who is your money currently on in this matchup before we go into the veto?
For me, that's the thing. I love the boys at 100 Thieves, man. I love them all, but I got to lean in favor of FURIA for this one. I think they're such an exciting team to watch. I think that loss versus Chaos has really made them kind of like lit the fire beneath them, right? And I think as a result, like, you're going to be going into this versus 100 Thieves, versus a FURIA that are looking so damn fire that it might be a bit tricky to keep up. But I'd love to be proved wrong.
Yeah, I'm excited for this veto as well. I want to see if Inferno comes into things. That was the map that we saw actually open up the series last time at DreamHack Masters, and 100 Thieves, like, storming, took it away. FURIA, they played a very passive CT side, I remember, in that game, and it came back to haunt them, I think. Not what we expect from this team, right? A passive CT side, but it's going to be coming through straight away in the series. Yeah, 100 Thieves, they want to repeat their win there. I think it was like 16-4. It wasn't even close. FURIA still went on to sweep the series and take both follow-up maps. So even if that is a problem to open up, you got to remember who you're up against going forward.
This is interesting, Vito. I'm just trying to cross-reference it with the last time we saw them play, where they actually played Inferno, Vertigo, and then Train. But we have to say that FURIA had a fantastic match on Inferno the other night against Gen G, I believe it was. So with Art AWPing on Banana, and then you've got Henny, who's their primary AWPer, AWPing down top mid, 100 Thieves might have some trouble getting out the gates.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing, right? I think that the problem you have with FURIA is, like, you can get off to the strongest of starts, but this team is resilient as all hell, man. Like, they will not stop fighting until it really is over. So even if, as we've seen in times gone by, you know, you're 100 Thieves, you get off to a really good start on your map pick, that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to carry forward throughout. And I do think with this ending on Vertigo, that's probably my favorite map to watch FURIA play. That's a little bit worrisome. So in my eyes, FURIA have won out the veto in that sense, right? I feel like Vertigo is a little bit stronger for them than it is for 100 Thieves. But also, you know, we talk about someone like Chet joining this squad, and then also you've even got Azza, who, relatively speaking, I imagine is still fully adjusting to, like, having to lead these boys now. I think it's going to be like an upwards trajectory for 100 Thieves, or at least that's what I'm hoping, like improvement after improvement. And so, you know, they could very well come into this today, as Gray said, and just surprise us, right? Like, it doesn't matter what the history books say, because sometimes the amount of prep and how you're feeling on the day are all that matter.
You did cast them at DreamHack Masters back in June, so can you remember much about that matchup, Hugo?
Yeah, as I said, like, the Inferno map is really all that stood out to me, more so in, like, how much FURIA got blown out the water on that game. So I think especially coming into this one with that being the opening map again, there's going to be a lot of questions for FURIA here. I can't wait to see their CT side. They love taking the mid control. They love getting aggressive, pushing towards that bench position, but that's something, again, that 100 Thieves should surely be ready for. Chet, I imagine, has done his homework.
It's really cool as well to see Inferno, like, coming back full circle and becoming a good 100 Thieves map again. Of course, obviously, they went on that, like, 4-loss streak back at Katowice. They kept playing it, moving into Pro League and RTR after saying in interviews, like, oh, our Inferno, you know, something's up with it, but in practice, it's so damn good. Well, that kind of got cancelled out entirely back then. So it's nice to see that gradual improvement moving back around and, you know, Inferno becoming a home map for 100 Thieves again.
I really want to talk about Gratisfaction because we haven't mentioned much about him AWPing yet. And it's a funny one where when I hear players talk about Grat in NA, they always speak about him with so much respect. They say how incredible he is at the AWP. And we do see some fantastic performances from Grat, but I feel like we still haven't seen the best from him.
Yeah, I think this is a team as well that's definitely better online, on land rather than they are online, right? And that pales in comparison to FURIA, not to say they're onliners, but most of their results and their come up in this scene have been in that stage. So yeah, I think Grat's a great player. He has really nice flicks. He's consistent with the AWP, and that's always a difficulty, especially when you're playing so many games week in, week out. Yeah, it's who you're up against, right? There's just no sleepers on the other side. That's always going to make things so impossible.
We have fixed the Twitch extension. We're going to ask you another question right now. In fact, we're going to ask the same one, which is, are you agreeing or are you disagreeing with the analysts tonight? It seems like they're both saying Fury at the moment. And you know what, boys? Because we are about to head into the playoffs, we've got today and tomorrow, because we've still got Liquid Cloud9 having their qualification match for the playoffs. We are in the home stretch almost for the NA region. We are going to be seeing you guys casting the grand finals on Saturday. I hope that's not a spoiler. Don't fire me. So do you have an idea of who you might see in that final yet, Hugo?
Oh, well, that's such a hard question, Frankie, especially with how Liquid had looked recently, right? Like, we expected this team to just 2-0 out the groups, look really, really nice. They got bodied by EG. They got bullied by EG. And so that creates a whole new dynamic in EG looking good as well. I think Liquid obviously having to deal with a roster change and addition of a coach as well is something that they're only going to get better with every game. But, I'm going off a performance. I want to say someone like EG and Furia, but hopefully Liquid can impress as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, right? I think Furia are getting there 100%. Like, you know, I feel like I could stake it all and say that, you know. Wow. I think they're getting there, man. They've been so good all the times that we've seen them as of late, and this team, man, I don't know, there's just something about them. Like, it's so easy to find yourself a Furia fan. I don't know what it is. Like, all the players are so lovely. They're great in the server as well. They're like this very respectful bunch of characters who I think it's very easy to look up to and find yourself like looking at Furia and being like, damn, man, what a class act. Like, what a good bunch of guys. And so I absolutely love that about them. And then obviously in the server as well, like, as we know, I would hate to ever play against them, right? Like, it would be such a weird one. Because on one hand, I'm like, man, I love Furia. But then if that was me sat at the computer, I'm like, man, I hate Furia. Like, I would hate it, man. It would just be atrocious. They're so damn innovative when it comes to CS.
I hope you're not one of those casters who jinx people with their predictions. I would hate for Furia to not win just because you said they would. I also wanted to ask, in fact, I was so terrified that you were jinxing Furia that I've completely forgotten what I wanted to ask about. That's pretty unfortunate, isn't it? We are waiting for, I believe it might be Vinny. Someone on Furia, their headset has unfortunately...
Just went on that big compliment spree about them, didn't I? And there they are, letting us down. Right, sweet. Let's all take a seat.
You have a little seat.
Yeah, right. I think we're going to be too low for the desk. By the way, there are chairs under here. I've ruined the whole illusion.
Oh, you know what I was going to do? I was going to tell you guys about when I went to the Disgusting Foods Museum with Vinny. So strap yourselves in, lad.
Pull up a seat, mate.
Hugo's being mum right now.
I feel tall now. I feel strong.
Oh, well...
Fine, if I must.
Me and Harry. We went to the Disgusting Foods Museum in Malmo for DreamHack last year. And Vinny was a lot braver than me in trying out things like rotten shark and all the cheeses and things like that. Although he had some difficulty with the English cheeses. And the thing that made him like gag the most, like, have I ever told you?
No.
Keep going.
Have a guess.
Surströmming?
No, he had the surströmming. It was okay.
Oh, no, it's not okay.
This guy has an iron stomach. Really? I didn't know this about him. Okay,
you say like cheddar or something.
No, it's something that
halloumi. He hated it.
Chaddy B's a bit of a fan of.
That doesn't help me.
Yeah.
It was Vegemite.
Oh, actually, I agree with him. I hate Vegemite. Vegemite, Marmite, disgusting.
Anything that ends in "ite" just ain't all right. That's my motto.
Yeah, he really he was heaving with the Vegemite. I was like patting him on the back and giving him some water. And then you had to put your face into this like stinky machine and have your photo taken. And I didn't do it.
What is the appeal of this place?
Yeah, this sounds
like
horrible.
All my nightmares put together.
Yeah, you go here, you eat all this gross food. It's so good. It's so much fun. Like, put your head in some feces. It's good, man. It
was quite
gross
fun
food museum.
Other people do it. I feel like after I was made to bungee jump on the previous event, which I didn't realize I was going to be doing, I decided that I would. Veto some of the disgusting foods because I feel like I didn't want to.
Would have been worse to do it the other way round, though, wouldn't it? Like you eat the disgusting food and then you do the bungee jump.
Oh,
like,
God.
That's like asking for trouble.
Luckily,
you know, you got you got a stomach full of surströmming and then you're bungee jumping.
It's all gone after that, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if it tastes as good going down as it does coming up. You know, like.
What is before we go into the match? What's the weirdest thing you've had to do for Counter-Strike, Hugo?
I've had to eat. Well, I don't know. That's a very vast question. I've had to eat weird stuff. I remember doing that in like.
Yeah, you did. I remember that. I didn't get asked to do it.
That was Malaysia. Yeah, they gave me a bunch of Malaysian candy, and that was actually.
People see me and they're like, "Yeah, that guy could probably eat anything." So we'll get his partner. We'll go to the other guy, you know, to do the eating challenge.
You never have to eat.
No, I get off pretty well there. You know, they just leave that completely down to Hugo. So if you ever want someone to eat something gross, at Hugo TV on Twitter. Send him it. He's got a PO box set up and ready to go. And we'll get some content made for the next, I don't know, Pro League, something like that, something fun. I like the sitting down vibe as well. This is quite nice. I feel like we're just having a chat. So
I love having a sit.
how was everyone's Mondays? What did we get up to, Frankie?
Well, I got ready for this match because it looks like we're getting ready to go into Inferno, gentlemen, and I can't wait.
Stand up there.
For you guys dancing again,
Come on.
because Monday I was lonely without you boys. I've got used to being in your presence, and now I'm quite ready to be in it again.
Woo! Well, that was some very good timing. As now, without a little bit of delay getting in the way, we got 100 Thieves taking on FURIA. Vinny sat down, everything's ready, and we're starting with an all-faithful map known as Inferno. Let's get into this one. It's the 100 Thieves, the Aussie boys taking on the Brazilians.
Playoffs on the horizon. This is a big game over in Group A. We've already had Chaos sweep the series, go through 2-0 against all the odds. Now, well, it's these two old boys taking on each other in this best of 3 to see who will be joining them. FURIA on that CT side to start. 100 Thieves, they've got a lot of utility on their pistol round. Going to be playing a slow 1-2, holding on to the banana. FURIA, they love to do this. If Chet's done his research, they should be ready for exactly this setup. A solo man over on that B bomb site, 4 on A on this pistol round. Jacob moving up is going to spot Art, push him back, but this man has a belt of utility to slow things down. Talking of which, 100 Thieves, they are not in a rush to take this A site, but that will be where they're ending.
Yeah, going to drop that smoke over towards short side, and that allows for this long play to come through for 100 Thieves. JKS creeping up into the front, and he does spot the man over at Arch. Now the rest of the utility going into this site. Henny up on the balcony has made quick work of the first man in. Gratisfaction. Oh, I didn't know where to look, and now he's getting pincered from the pit and from long. They rush through the moto smoke. It's all onto Azza. And while he does deal with the first man, his demise is propped. It's going to be the first on the board for FURIA. Vinny picking up 3 in the pistol round. This guy's a bit of a menace at the minute, and that scares me greatly.
Yeah, just walking into the full stack as well, there, right, FURIA? Yeah, dude, words are hard right now.
It's a rough start to the day, man. Like,
I haven't done any speaking in 2 days. I'm off my vibe, but we'll get back in. Oh, he's saving. I love this in the second round as well. It's always a risk when 100 Thieves go for the Force, and that's exactly what they've done, right? So you're running USP into head armor Tech 9s, who are outclassed, but he is at least surrounded by rifles and SMGs, so things are fine for now. 100 Thieves, they are grouped, 5 men in banana. You're going to see this a lot, right? These slow starts where T's wait on ramp, expecting either aggression or a heavy belt of utility coming down for FURIA. It's not the case in this round. Oh dear, that gun is lost, and 100 Thieves can go and pick it back up. There's a lot of damage done regardless, and Henny's on rotation to fill the hole that Vinny left as 100 Thieves get ready to execute a third rotation. They double back. FURIA not convinced, but maybe they should be. Uh-oh. Bye, Jacob.
Oh, Henny running through CT, mowing down 2 with the MP9. It's all on Azza. In case Serato doesn't want to give him the room, FURIA, they'll take that second round there. As they find that conversion, they deal with the force bite that 100 Thieves brought to the table. And so now it's only pistols. This is where things should get nice and easy. We don't have to talk much, so we won't have to fumble our words. I almost did there. Oh, I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened. This seems to be my job, man. And now it's like I'm like teetering between never getting hired ever again. Oh, okay.
Lots of utility down banana. FURIA, the double mollies, they fully clear out this position. And again, we're seeing it, right? It is pistols, but 100 Thieves so scared of even moving out T-spawn. That's a great shot from Jacob. And he looks for the follow-up, but not going to hit a thing. FURIA, here's the aggression that 100 Thieves have been waiting for. Right down middle, 2 players fighting, but they'll give it up eventually. And that's one of the things that's so annoying about this team. If you're clearing out positions, especially on a map like this, 100 Thieves, they'll get a pick on long. They'll be like, guys, it's open, it's clear. 2 more dudes swing out and trade. FURIA, they love playing together, side by side, hand in hand. being such a nuisance. This is a very spread out round, though. You'll see the bomb is still back at bottom mid. JKS, if he gets this A pick, that might force another rotation towards his site, which is what 100 Thieves are hoping for. They have no grenades, no utility of any kind. So really relying on someone to make a mistake. But FURIA, they are not keen to do so. JKS holding for this jump, looking for someone on top of the bicycle, but Queserato isn't budging. He's just checking short and apps on a timing. And finally, these T's will come to group up together for the A take.
Ooh, Queserato has missed every timing so far. They're out close at hay bales. JKS just still hasn't even moved. This is gross right now from 100 Thieves. And now they make their presence known, but down goes Henny. Queserato suddenly throwing into this down in the pit in a 1v3. He's dealt with the first. Oh, and a second as well. Queserato mopping this one up. Might have to shut it down here and now, and indeed he will. It's 3 for him in the round. So defuse grabbed by FURIA. A nice bomb plant at least for 100 Thieves, right? 2 kills coming from Jacob's Deagle. That leaves them with plenty of money moving into this first rifle round. And if we wanted to, we could even see the AWP come out.
Art's been saving for that as well on the CT side, right, with a pistol in the second round. So, yeah, the AWP battle on a map like this is going to be a lot of fun between Grat and Henny.
Does Art have a man bun now? I think he might.
He's copied your stylist?
I was going to say, yeah, man, from one man bunner to another.
Kind of more like
good,
a
man. It's good. Looks good on you.
It's a horsetail.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you know, just long hair tied up. Looks cool. You love it. You love to see it. Art's a very handsome man. Henny down here in middle, though. And, oh, he's going to strike Jacob off from the tally. Azza ready and waiting to get flashed in by his teammates, but they might run through this smoke, and there's the lineup for Art, helped out by Vinny, and down goes this B play. Everyone has fallen, and there's been 3 bullets fired with 4 players falling on the 100 Thieves side, just JKS remaining in this 1v5. And as much of a star as he is, this is a tough one for this lone savage man. Just hoping that they give him a fight, but I can tell you now, FURIA, they're not going to give him this fight.
That was so cheeky from Henny and alt mid as well, right? Jacob was even looking at it. He was even expecting it. The reason being is because FURIA had Molly smoked the bottom of mid, and so 100 Thieves had no information up in that position. They had no one to stop, you know, an aggressive mid player. So Jacob's ready for it. It's been called. He's waiting, and Henny just keeps going wider and wider until he gets the shot. He will not back down without a kill. And well, FURIA, they've backed down without a kill. They fall back off of this B bomb site. They know they don't need to hold onto the package. And with JKS making a lot of noise with his utility, clearing out positions with Molotovs, it's lucky FURIA did move away. In that time, Yuri has taken position and at least trapped JKS here. Queserato, he's basically AFK at this point. He's not needed as JKS rather is walking into a fully stacked B bomb site with his back covered. Here he comes, 1 kill already found. 10 seconds on that clock though. He needs the pre-fire and he does get some shots off, but Henny is quick to clean up the round. FURIA keep things flawless.
This was like a disaster waiting to happen, right? Like they're playing around the smokes, and everyone else had been quiet at that point as well. And then Gratisfaction's like, "I'm coming, guys!" Runs up banana loud as he can. Oh, collateral. And the AWP's doing a hell of a lot there in that round for FURIA. Art's actually gotten rid of his and is now onto the Mag 7.
The appropriate upgrade.
Yeah, you know, you go from the AWP to another shotgun. Here it is. At least with how Art likes to use it. What's he going to get away with the Mag 7? Despite being called that, only 5 rounds in the magazine. Holding on. They're ready to come round. Vinny and him have this little double stack between the sandbags and the half wall. Art. Oh, flash, but he's dodged it. And, oh, it's not ideal. It's not great. Vinny's like, don't worry, bud, I got you. Everything's going to be fine. And Art, of course, 88 in 1 there with the Mag 7, as we all know and love it for. Now just JKS left standing. Deagle out. Lots of bodies over here at the top of B. Ow. Oh, nice. Vinny's aced it, mate. That's 5 in the round. Didn't even realize, to be honest. He just kind of won it in a matter of moments. So FURIA 5-0 up.
Yeah, we spoke to Furia's coach right before, and even he was saying that Vinny, he's not peaked yet. He hasn't even begun to peak. And he has looked really good, right? Not just in DreamHack Open Summer recently, but even in a couple of games that Furia have played here at Cologne. You always talk about Furia having 4-star players, and then Vinny as well, you know? But he's really showing what he can do, showing his worth. And remember when Furia signed those like 5-year-long contracts, we always questioned that, well, boy, is it looking good right now? Boy, are the results showing, especially for JKS, finding 2 at the top of Banana. It's traded immediately, and Vinny regains control of the position, even calling for a rotate 2. K-Serato is here. That leaves Yuri alone on the A-bomb site, but in a 3-on-3, they know there are more players to be found at B. Oh dear, the quick switch. Vinny gets out with one more. Will they expect K-Serato at the corner? They do, but it's not enough. He drops the bomb with 12 HP, giving it up and calling for Yuri.
Yeah, Yuri's not going to take a safe rotation, though. He's actually aggressing down into mid, and this is just nullifying where Jacob can be. At this point, they're pretty certain that it is this Banana play. You can see that K-Serato is holding for a CT wrap round just in case some horrific timing has been hit, but it hasn't. Jacob, he's going to wait. He's anticipating that they're hunting him down. And so this little bit of patience here might net him the kill. Don't you quick switch again, young man. He gets taken out of the equation. And Furia, they're going to grab a 6th. So 6-0.
He would have won that fight if he didn't crouch right before he came around the corner. You can see a little gap through the sandbags. It's almost like a bit of information prior to the peak, but he crouches right as Yuri comes around the corner and doesn't get that info, doesn't get that little bit of knowledge that could have gone a long way. Barely reacts to the 1v1. Despite the awareness, well, you got to hit the shot as well. Furia, they are looking warmed up, ready to go. That boot camp is beautiful right now, and Vinny is not stopped at the top of B. Dear, oh dear. What is he, 13-2? Unstoppable.
You're absolutely right. He's 13-2. Art's 4-3. He seems to be, I like to call it mashing up. He's mashing them up, then he's taking them down.
Yeah, where do you go from here if you're 100 Thieves as well, right? You've tried the apps drops, you failed at the Banana control mostly. Furia's utility has been a bit of a nuisance, and now, Harry, they're back on the double AWP as well, so no more shotguns. Fast ult mid for 100 Thieves. They know that this B control is off limits for the time being. They got to go back to it later if they want. And, well, Furia, they've actually got 3 on B early, so that rotate is coming in a little bit delayed. The sooner 100 Thieves go, the better. But right now, they've already missed their timing. Yuri with this Molotov could make things hot and spicy in the apartments. Oh, dear. Yeah, they are getting cooked. And now K-Serato's spraying away. Him and Yuri getting a couple of kills apiece as a trades for 1 up on the short side. But even though he gets the dig to Henny, his teammate trades it out. Nice shot from JKS. But, I was going to say, it might be impossible. He needs to find an upgraded gun or maybe just stick with a sidearm.
He's got the AWP. He's looking down towards short. There's 2 players here. It's Art and it's Vinny, the 2 guys from Banana. JKS down here. No idea where they are. And he is just waiting. That's the thing. Like, you know, you understand why they've been rewarded for this patience in rounds in the past. So slowing it down. Oh, there's the spot, not quite the kill. Even gets the information, tags up Art. Missed shot the second time around, and they're fighting him. They're hounding down JKS, and while he does get another, he will get cut short by Vinny. 7-0 for Furia, an incredibly dominant start here on Inferno, and getting better and better by the round.
Even hits the pre-fire Deeg shot, not the kill, sadly. Jakey shows well how difficult that situation is by turning off the X-ray, right? You just don't know anything. You're just seeing heads poking up left, right, and center. You're not getting a clear fight. And as soon as you take down 1, Vinny's going to trade and keep things clean for Furia. Man, they are just not stopping on this CT side. 7-0. 100 Thieves back with guns at least. They make that one close considering it was just a bit of a half buy. I don't even want to call that an eco considering they have armor and the util and pistols. It's a pretty good buy. But yeah, Furia starting on the CT side is going to make all the difference. When we did see them get blown out on this map by 100 Thieves, they've got a 4-round T side and none on the CT side off the back of losing the pistol, etc. So the more you get in this first half, the easier it's going to be to close it out. That seems like an obvious statement now, but wonder if their T-side struggles will come back later on. We'll have to wait. Oh, not another one! That's your second collateral already, Art. Go down.
Value for money out of this man. Wasting no more bullets than needed. And, well, you know, this one's over as well. This is rough, bro. This is painful. JKS. Oh, he doesn't know it, but he's down. And now FURIA 8-0. This is incredibly dominant. Liaz yet to get a kill. No one else really too far ahead, though. It's brutal. Art's second collateral in this game, and we're only 8 rounds in.
Yeah, I'd love to see some more flashbangs at the top of B. Yeah, it seems like 100 Thieves are just infatuated with walking up this top B half wall, right? Like into enemy territory. They need to start flashing it. Even though they throw that molly at the corner and they trap FURIA in by the sandbags, you can't trap Art. He's waiting to be attacked. So, yeah, I'd love to see some more utility in the late round or the late banana take for 100 Thieves. You know, combo that molly with a double nade. Try and flash out FURIA. Easier said than done, for sure. 4 on A early, there's nothing though, and Art's taking that banana control. He's got a nice wide angle, nice long line of sight. Doesn't even really need to rotate here, but Vinny's come just in case. Dropping that nade deep ramp, 100 Thieves, they are looking for mid.
Jacob using the flashy new Deagle skin that we're all crazy about. What's he going to be able to do with it? He got 2 the last time he was on with that Deagle, so let's see. They get past Henny over here at long, and now they wrap into CT. Now Art locking it down with the AWP. Any more collaterals? If there ever was a time, it is now. Art, they start to pressure him. He has to fall back into the ruin. Smoke gonna fall, and now Vinny trying to come back up through Banana to help his teammate out. They're getting pinched. Down goes Art, and this B site crumbles under the rush of 100 Thieves, unless Vinny can steal it away onto a double. And the third. Couple of bullets left, and he makes it work. Now just Azza and Gratisfaction in a 2-on-4. AWP in the hands of Azza. Not usually an open man, but let's see what he can get done with it. He's waiting over here on the coffins while Grat takes up position in CT. It's all 4 players for FURIA. Back in through Banana.
They've got util as well. They're still mollying out spots. The flash to pop in, and Azza, he finds that first shot. Looking out for a little bit more. His teammates down. The time is ticking, and Azza, if only he could have stayed alive a few more seconds, he certainly could have won that round, but instead, going down, and FURIA get the defuse with seconds remaining. You understand why he's trying to fight there, right? His teammates in CT very open. He doesn't know that CT is clear, and so he's trying to help trade. He's trying to help, you know, get those kills. There's so many FURIA players, but maybe just playing the time and playing that bomb could have gone a lot better for the 100 Thieves. They still make it interesting, though, despite the pistol.
They've only got 2 bomb plants so far. Both of those were on ecos, and Liaz has yet to put any numbers on the board. He's only got a couple of assists, but he's 0 kills and 9 deaths.
Yikes. Yeah, this is a really slow start for 100 Thieves, and certainly not what I expected. You know, when you have those pistols, it's far not easier to get bomb plants, but you're playing far more fearlessly, right? Nothing to lose, everything to gain. You've seen these apps drops, the quick B takes. But FURIA, they give you the room only to take it away in the late round. Double AWP again for FURIA. They've gone back towards his 4A. Art's not even got Banana this time. He's just holding the top of B. So FURIA actually taking some risks in this one. Certainly could come back to bite them, but regardless, Art has a smoke to drop in case he sees anything here, and I don't think he will. But the looks of things, 100 Thieves want this A site. That bomb is still dropped back on Liaz at the bottom of ramp, so at a moment's notice, they can 180. We know how quick those rotations are on this map. But right now, smoking off long, cutting off Henny's line of sight, and flashing their way through.
Yeah, they hear the AWP chime out, and now they stack up over here alongside. Vinny is playing this bait and switch with Henny. And, well, 100 Thieves, back down to mid they go. It's looking like a B play right now. And this is going to leave a lot of pressure on Art, who is here alone, having to hold on to this Banana. Utility raiding in through A. Now, something that might make all the difference here is that Vinny has aggressed and gets the information that, guys, it's not A, it's going to be B. And now Art knows that there's players coming his way. They're already rotating. Vinny is wrapping in through Banana. He is hot on the heels of 100 Thieves, and Art raining down death from the back of the site. He nails 3, and now Vinny arrives, his teammate, the one who often helps him out of this B site. Well, he might be here to close the round for FURIA, and indeed he is. Vinny with a double, Art with 3, And in a way, it is the two B players that end up getting all the kills in that round there, holding down the B bomb site.
100 Thieves, they think they've played the game. They think they've pushed FURIA back, but it's quite the opposite. They throw that long smoke, they bail out of middle, and they hope that that AWP, after it rattles off, as you hear it, has gone back towards the CT spawn. They throw a further library smoke just to fully, give away the long control, but Vinny gets flashed back in and sees everything. He realizes it's clear, he flanks, and FURIA just know exactly what's going on. Dear, oh dear, it's brutal. 100 Thieves, they try and give misinformation away, but FURIA, they don't hang around. Oh dear, that's a good shot, but he needs to get out alive, and he only just does. If Art died, that would have been the B site under the control of the T's, but it's anything but now. He's going back for more. He's not even giving them the respect or the satisfaction. And oh dear, a missed shot will finally be his just desserts. It's going to be 100 Thieves getting their B entry, but look at the rotations. They're already here.
The bomb's been retrieved. Henny at least saw that. Liaz has been able to swoop in and grab it. And 100 Thieves go back towards the A site, but Yuri is still here and looking to lock it down. Now, FURIA, they're already moving up to reclaim top banana. This is the problem. Like, the moment you leave, the moment you're not where you just were, FURIA are going to be taking that real estate back and using that to influence their rotations in the game. They are already moving everyone into this A site. Yuri takes down one from the pit. He gets mollied out, but he's already dropped the smoke preemptively. That's kind of put the fire out, but also kind of not. And so JKS finds him, but Vinny up through mid so fast on this flank, and onto a winner is Vinny. It's just Liaz left, 1 kill to his name in the game thus far, and Vinny going above and beyond, finishes it off with 3. He is on an absolute tear right now. Like, oh, Vinny, whatever they're paying you, man, get it doubled, because this is unreal. Like, such a performance from him. He's got, what, 3 deaths and 23 kills in this game.
It's not fair, is it? It's like scrimmage mode.
181 ADR.
Oh dear, what do you even do here? What do you like?
Oh, he's literally like leaning over, just giving Vinny a hug as the game is live, rather.
Leoz? Leoz is
That's
twin
who's
brother.
playing right now. Leoz in the server, man. Classic Leoz, 1-11.
Liaz, he's got his first kill at least, but it's hardly a saving grace right now for 100 Thieves. It's more of just, you know, bringing up the respect a little bit. I'd like to see them try and get back this apps control, right? FURIA have at least given them some amount of respect in middle and in apartments. They haven't played any aggressive setups there. They haven't really needed to, keep that in mind. But yeah, FURIA have given up mid only to retake it in the late round. So yeah, can 100 Thieves take that area? Can they grab the apps? We'll have to wait and see. Right now it's back to B, and you're going to get mowed up by these banana grenades. It actually goes the other way. Art, he's going to get dumped for the double. Great utility from 100 Thieves to find an opening kill, but can they do anything with it?
They run away, but the problem is as we've seen, like, FURIA, they're going to realize very, very, very damn quickly that this is no longer a B play, and that only leaves one place for you to be going, and that's this A bomb site. They have Vinny peeking down now. He's cleared out banana. And so for 100 Thieves, what eventually might have to be the solution is to throw like one of these double fakes, right? Where you kind of switch between the bomb sites twice. Because the way that FURIA approach this CT side isn't just unrelenting aggression across the board. The A site, if anything, is extremely passive, and it's a real focus on retaking lost ground once you've lost it. Has been the bread and butter so far, and well, 100 Thieves, they are committing into A. There's 2 players here already with a 3rd in rotation. The molly's going to force Yuri out of the pit, but K-Serato in the site doubling up has left him in a 2-on-2. 100 Thieves, this is the best spot they've been in to find a round in quite some time. They've got Henny and Vinny on the other side, and Liaz, look at how scared he is, man. He's flicking around in the site, his wrists jangling at the thought, and so now he's just taken this position. He's calmed down. JKS looking up at the apartments. Vinny on the other side. Ooh, does get bested by Justin Savage. And now Henny closing the gap onto Liaz. Digs him down, but JKS through the smoke gets the trade. And 100 Thieves, They find round number 1.
Woo! That's what we look for JKS, right? For, you know, he's already had a very close clutch attempt towards the pit side on A. This time he actually pushes it over the line. And Frankie, you mentioned this earlier with, you know, 100 Thieves only getting bomb plants on eco rounds. It seems like it's the only rounds they have any stake in, any leg in, despite that early banana utility from FURIA that does a hell of a lot of damage. Finally, it's the Savage that pushes them over the line. 11-1, still doable for 100 Thieves if they can find 4 here on this T side. But even then, we're asking for a lot.
Well, Gratisfaction tried making a journey up through Banana. It's not gone well for him out of the gate. He was naded. Oh, somehow Art won that. I don't know how. I literally do. I thought Gratisfaction had that kill dead to rights. He saw the barrel. Art wasn't even looking at him. So that was a flick. Henny's dealt with another. These AWPs are horrible. You finally make... Oh, Art with another. Leave them alone, man. They have families. Art is just annihilating them right now. Liaz and JKS, they've blinked. They've lost their teammates. It's a 2-on-5, and they've got to try and recover. This is a very rough spot to be in. No utility either, really, to force engagements outside of these 2 Molotovs, which could be put to good use here at Banana. You know, like if you had any idea that Vinny had gone aggressive right now, you could molly him forward, you could force him to take that gunfight, and maybe you find something. But they don't have that information. That's not something that 100 Thieves are privy to, so they've just got to fall back into this A play. And with 3 players in the site and 2 players ready to flank very, very quickly in through the back line, this round feels impossible.
Time ticking, 24 on the clock. K-Serato hidden in the site and almost no more utility left. A Molly nade combo to maybe get Yuri out of position, maybe take him down, but Henny's covering that cross from Library. He's got the shot, Liaz dead, and Yuri, despite sitting in the Molly, just goes for the peak anyway. FURIA, they're 12-1 up. They can make plays like that. They don't have to worry about losing one player. Trading at this point is setting your team up for success, especially in a 4-on-2. And, well, he trades. He dies to the fire after he gets the closing kill to get the round for FURIA. Up to 12 now.
Right, I'm so glad we get to see this again. Look, right? So Grat sees the barrel. He's like, I got it. And then Art just pivots to the left and nails him. Obviously, that is the one-way smoke that they so often use, right? But, yeah, I think Grat thought he had that one. Nade finds Gratisfaction very low again, and the Molotov even splits. Oh, it's just brutal. That was a team nade, I think, that comes in at the very, very end to get him even lower. Gratisfaction barely holding on at the top of Banana. Now that Molotov is faded, so the rest of the team can move in. Jacob's gotten out through the long smoke, and K-Serato has absolutely no idea. Jacob, with this timing, could find a round for 100 Thieves. He is in CT spawn. And K-Serato didn't see him again. He's making noise on the rotate. Jacob just waited patiently. Nice. And K-Serato left scratching his head. How on earth is someone within CT spawn? Now with CT control, they're not going to split B. They're going to fall back into an A play, knowing that they can cut off these rotations. So Henny and Yuri, they've got a pretty tall task ahead of them. Out through mid, Henny nails the first and the second as well. JKS just got wiped off the face of the earth. Yuri in the graveyard, trying to buy time for his teammates moving in through the bottom of mid, but now they know that Yuri's here. He's bought so much time though, and here comes Art with the P2. Vinny, there it is, 14, or 13 rather, in round 14 for FURIA.
I've got a quick skybox, so we're going to jump into it very, very fast. This is about FURIA taking away the map control from 100 Thieves as soon as they think they have it, right? You'll notice Gratisfaction's moving up mid. The long smoke comes in for 100 Thieves. Henny fires the AWP shot. That's key, because 100 Thieves think that, okay, this AWP's backed up. We can fake out a mid. We can go back to B late, and FURIA are going to have no idea. That's not the case. As soon as this smoke fades, you'll notice that Vinny gets flashed in from his teammate and immediately clears his position. 100 Thieves never knew that he was even in the cubby, and he's able to just flank B or skip forward because we're getting into the action and push down Banana and already be behind 100 Thieves as they're planting the bomb. Really, really problematic play for 100 Thieves. They're just not able to deal with the aggression of FURIA. It's exactly what we expected in this series, and boy, the results are tangible. 13-1, 100 Thieves, nothing to do, nothing to say, looking for a second to save their day.
Someone should make mini tangerines and call them tangibles, and I would eat that. I would eat that all day long. Art over here at the top of Banana. Another fruit in question. Here he is ready to lay down the pain with this orb. 2 players, now 3 down at the bottom of this position. They're going to flash for the peak. Oh, that was almost the collateral, almost while blind. He gets them both. 2 bullets required this time around. So by art standards, a little underwhelming, but let's see. He has completely annihilated the B play single-handedly. Oh, there's the 3rd. Right, JKS, come on, bud. That does find Henny, but how much more could he do?
Another clutch maybe for JKS, a 1-on-5. Perhaps, no, not even close. Art domes him, and Furia 14-1. They want to make this a quick series. This is a 100 Thieves map pick, and you wouldn't be able to tell. Join us after the break to see if this one will be quicker than the last.
As it's 14-1 at the end of the first half of play. Furia are just lighting up the server right now, and I don't really have much more to say. For the 100 Thieves, the pistol round, mate, it just decides everything, doesn't it? I hate to say it, I hate to say it, but like it does, you know, like if they lose it, then this map's over. There's no coming back at all. And even if you win it, there still might be no coming back at all. So it's not the most ideal situation to be in. Furia just 2 away from getting this over the line.
Oh, they're baiting 100 Thieves down Banana. They're baiting them into aggressive positions. That molly up mid pushes down 100 Thieves, but they're actually winning the fight. Jacob for the top of B with 2. JKS, who was caught in the corner, does get cleared. And there's another rotate to B. There's actually 2 more coming. So FURIA, if they commit here, they're walking into a stack, but they're winning every fight. That flash finds nothing. And yeah, the shots do no better.
Yeah, still 2 players here at the B site, but down goes Liaz, and now it all falls onto Azza. Back of the bomb site, down with the first. Azza needs some support. Gratisfaction smoked off, and him getting very, very low on HP. Yuri's going to put the nail in the coffin, and here at the coffins is Gratisfaction. CZ out, trying to find both, and Vinny nails the shot, so it's 15 for FURIA. And yeah, we might have to get that break screen ready again, because this map is looking done and dusted.
Yeah, what was longer, the 2-minute halftime break or the second half? That's the question.
Well, you know, we always wanted to become like more mainstream, and nothing screams, you know, we're like television, like, you know, 30 seconds worth of actual stuff you want to watch, and then 4 minutes of adverts, and then 30 seconds, and then you just rinse, repeat that a bit.
Yeah, that's
very American. And then you have the adverts with the medical advice that take 4 minutes and have someone speaking at high breakneck caster speed. In fact, that could be a career for you in the future, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, no, I always give him medical advice and such. So let's see, right? Here we go. I can give some advice for that one. Stay out the way of the bullet. Yuri down and out for the count. It's a 4-on-5.
We've got a P90 in play, Harry. Elephant in the room. We've got to talk about it. What's going on, Art? What's going through your head? Is it going to work? Probably.
Oh, I like this.
Dun, dun,
P90 cam.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh no, 100 Thieves are stacking B. FURIA, I mean, the bomb is still Banana, so they might just be putting early pressure on A, but it's starting to leave, be thrown out by Henny, who doesn't want to be caught. And, well, Gratisfaction, he's getting info on long. That's a safe way of jiggling. He's not actually spotting, but he's assuming someone will shoot back, and they do exactly that, so FURIA walking into the unstacked site of 2. They are a man down, right? So there is certainly a chance 100 Thieves can do something here. This AK as well is very important. It's coming on rotation, right place, right time, long smoke. And Az is going to hold on to deny a CT rapid. Short side though for FURIA, looking to overwhelm the man in the site.
Well, the beauty of the P90 is you just hold left click and you just watch it go. Are only good for 1. And it is the man advantage with the 100 Thieves. So Henny and Vinny tagged up through that smoke. They are outnumbered, but they're not quite outgunned. Azza and JKS with these flashes, and they're going to have to be very good flashes to propel you in for this retake. They're both going to throw them out now. First flash lands, second flash is even better. Oh, the third, though, is the creme de la creme. It's not enough, though, for Vinny at the back of the site as he takes them all down, 16-1. And FURIA, they get across the finish line before 100 Thieves were even done warming up. They get this map swept under the rug. They go 1-0 up. And now with Mirage, their map pick coming up next, this could be a fast FURIA 2-0, a classic here. You're going to have to join us for that second map in just a moment. It's coming up after the break.
And I'll be running, possessed by a long, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on the full moon. And we're stuck in a la-la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. 'Cause you got me holding.
it's not every day you see a 16-1, but FURIA, they wanted to put on a show on a 100 Thieves map pick, and they certainly did. Blistering through the Aussies turned Americans, and we knew that it was going to be a tough one for 100 Thieves, but we certainly didn't expect it to be that quick, did we, Harry?
No, you know, yeah, no, not at all. I would love to say like, yeah, no, this is exactly what we thought was going to happen, but it wasn't. Like, they just made that look so uncomfortably easy. And something that's insane to me, 37 kills on all of the 100 Thieves put together. Okay. 28 on Vinny, just single-handedly. So 9 behind an entire team worth of people. Yeah, you know, like Mirage is probably going to be fun though, right?
That's the worrying thing. Just to talk about Mirage really quickly, that's a map 100 Thieves have only played twice this year. This was their pick, and they got 1 round. That's scary.
Well, let's talk about Vinny, because we love talking about Vinny. And for me, during the break, we're talking about him, and I think he's an AWP's best friend, because we see that dynamic duo between him and Art. When Art misses the shots, be it with an AWP, be it with a Mag 7, Vinny's just there behind him. He goes, all right, well, you've attracted the bees to the honeypot, and I am going to squash those bees. 7 multi-kills, you notice, Hugo. Yeah. And then he goes to the other side of the map. He goes to top mid. He sees Henny's taking shots, and he goes, all right, do you want some help? And instead of trading bodies, and one of them dying and the other taking the kill in his place, they trade bullets instead, and they both stay alive.
Yeah, Harry put it well as well on that one round that he goes long with Henny. Is like he kills, he's technically the B player. He kills everyone by pushing mid, flanking. He's already in banana before 100 Thieves are on the bomb site. Like the pace, the speed, FURIA set, like you said, 7 multi-kills for Vinny. Same story for Art. He had 2 collaterals in the opening 6 rounds of the game. It doesn't get much better than that, Frankie. It really doesn't.
Like, I really do think that the reason why FURIA are such an exciting team to watch is they are the masters of pacing in CSGO. Like, they really are, man. They have this idea behind them. They're like this hyper-aggressive team, and that's because Art, the man who makes the decisions himself, is a very aggressive player. But I wouldn't attribute that to the entire team. You know, the way that I see FURIA playing is, you know, you kind of like contrast between B and A, right? Like, there's a fight at top banana almost every round. They're trying to challenge for that. But over in the A site, everyone's very withdrawn. There's none of these mid engagements going down, or very rarely, like outside of Henny maybe pushing it sometimes. But usually it's very, very passive back in A. You try and like coax your opponents to go for that top mid control, and then, you know, maybe throw that in as a bit of a fake before going back to the B site. But they're so good at like re-aggressing, right? That's where the aggression comes in. You give it up early on, and then you use your utility to retake that control and piece together exactly what's going on in the server. And Art is like the master of that. I don't know. I mean, I like to think he's the guy making all the decisions, right? Because he is so damn intelligent. But whoever's deciding everything inside of A, like whether or not they have that down to the players over there, the timing on it was so good in so many of those rounds, even in that skybox segment, like you showed, Hugo, right, where they push Vinny in, he gets the information that it's a fake at A, they immediately set up for a B rotate to hold down the site. Everything about that is so damn cool, and the timing is always hit by FURIA, or at least it was in this map, as demonstrated by the 16-1 scoreline.
Yeah, sometimes you talk about players who are unable to like hold an angle and have to peek everything, and that can sometimes be a crux of their gameplay. But FURIA show us why sometimes it's not a crux, right? Like you said, giving them the mid control and then just taking it away, giving you top B and then just pushing in. It's just so aggressive. It's so annoying. And 100 Thieves didn't have any answers for it. I wanted to also highlight that last round that was hilarious, and some of the things that 100 Thieves did do well, but it still doesn't matter. When you have that post plant, the 2-on-3, back of the A site is Vinny, someone else is on the big box in the middle. We have triple flashes coming from long. First flash, dodge, second flash, blind, third flash, blind, and then everyone comes out, both T's are blind, and Vinny just sprays all 3 down. Like, it doesn't matter sometimes how good your utility is. The individuals are just so good for FURIA.
Hugo, did you just do the flashbang dance?
I may have.
Oh, okay, well, should we flashbang dance our way into the break? Because when we come back, we're going to Mirage.
Here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out. 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 Here we go again. Time is up and I'm calling up my friends. Ain't no wonder why, ain't no one to ride to. Here we go again. Call me up and you wanna be my friend. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out. 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 Look, if you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out. 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 I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Welcome back to ESL 1 Cologne. We're heading straight into Mirage's 100 Thieves. It's FURIA. Can 100 Thieves get more than one round this time? We're about to find out.
Oh, you've really painted a bleak picture, but sadly a true one, Frankie, as FURIA, they look to make this one a quick 2-0. It's been a dominant day of Counter-Strike with upsets all galore, but this one is only upsetting for the Thieves. JKS, nice start. Does take down Henny. We've got flying out of the A site, 4 FURIA members taking over control. We got those default smokes down as well, and the bomb's going to get planted triple for CT. Good fallback from JKS, able to play retake with his team and stay alive, and we have that kit smoke on Grat.
They're waiting for the perfect time on this flash. They've got it ready to go in. They've actually got a double flash, so they can throw one, and then when these players turn back around, if this one doesn't work, then they've got more up their sleeve. Flash is good, and it nets them 1 kill, but now getting pressured. Serato yet to throw his flash out. They've just left. What? Serato with 3? The whirlwind, man. He's left, he's right, he's just taking them down wherever.
100 Thieves even played that well. Grat was playing anti-flash in the corner close to the bins on the right of CT while his teammates moved up wide. They get blinded, but there's no way the FURIA should be given that much ability to just win every fight with so little space. They're trapped on triple, there's cover from stairs, they can't move anywhere, and somehow they just win every battle. More specifically, Serato wins every battle. Not had to say his name all too much. It's been the Vinny and Art show back on Inferno, but here on Mirage, it could be a different time, a time for change. Art, though, back to his meddling ways in the middle. Not for long. Jacob's going to dig him out from the catwalk, and with that smoke down, 100 Thieves can fall back with a man advantage, but it didn't really work last time, despite that.
Oh, Grat's going to take a com peek, and the timing is good. He really lines that one up. Removes Henny from the round, and FURIA, their forces are dwindling. JKS is ready for this peek from Serato and is able to deal with it. The force has worked brilliantly. Jacob's Deeg delivering 3. And 100 Thieves already matching their performance from Inferno.
Yeah, they can only win ecos. I think that's all we're learning. They've won 2 ecos, but yeah, nice little force, great Deeg shots, and you know, signs of brilliance showing through. We know what these guys can accomplish, we know what they have accomplished, but well, Inferno was not a good representation of what this team is. Maybe they can show up a bit better on Mirage. They've only played this map twice in the last few months as well. They blew Cloud9 out back on DreamHack, and that was Masters, and now playing it in Cologne, they lost to Chaos, who obviously topped the group and looked really, really good while doing it. Even beating FURIA, which was a shocker. So I can't wait to see more of Chaos in the playoffs. That's a great line, and well, they're a great team. But right now, it's FURIA, 100 Thieves, and 100 Thieves are making quick work of this pistol round for a change.
Oh, Dink onto Grat, and now he's just trying to stay alive. Flash is raining in, that gives him the peek onto Henny, rather. Liaz throwing the flash. And so for Yuri, he's all alone. It's not looking good for him. He's going to try and get into the apartments, but Liaz is holding down this B bomb site. So we'll be encountering some resistance along the way. Jacob's all the way in T-spawn, and Yuri not ready for it. Does get blindsided. So it's 2 on the board for 100 Thieves. FURIA now, just down to pistols, and so this should be a 3rd looming. I like that we're having them start to recover, because then that holds a promise that this could still go the distance.
Yeah, especially when we also wanted that 3rd map, right? Vertigo's such a fun one to watch FURIA play. Art with his insanely good short spawn timings, getting up past that scaffolding, being a nuisance with the 2nd orb. But yeah, you know, we're 3 rounds in. I don't want to doubt 100 Thieves' ability, but they've really got to turn the dial up to 10, and that's not how you start. As they're getting caught by a Glock-up cat, wasn't covered from the window. JKS drops the bomb. With that, the round falls into place for 100 Thieves, but it was only an eco for FURIA, and now the big guns come through. The AKs, don't think there's going to be an AWP in this round yet, but well, at least not for FURIA. Grat, he'll have his nice and early.
Grat's faction's always exciting to watch on Mirage, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the table here. Now that he's got that AWP out and there's no one to challenge him on the other side. Takes the AWP into the A site. He's playing CT, but Yuri is already down the catwalk and in the face of Azza, fully blind by ARP. Wrapping in through the catwalk is a man going by the name of Jacob, trying to come in on a fast flank, but it's got to be very, very fast because they are already in the B site. Liaz, good for 1, but now getting pressured. Jacob's taken down another on this wrap. They lose the players inside of B, and we're into a 2-on-2. JKS lit up on the catwalk, gets dropped by Serato, and this is going to leave Gratisfaction in the clutch, getting closer with this AWP, looking, oh, that's a nice little flick, but Serato trades Grat, just showing a little too much, And the AWP even retrieved as well. So now FURIA bring that with them into this round.
That's not a weapon you want to give away, is it? We know he has nice little flicks there, but unfortunately immediately traded. Look at this. Azza's flashed before he's round the corner, before he's even seen anyone. And, well, it follows up. A second flash and the entry coming through for FURIA up on Catwalk. I love how they don't even rush the Catwalk as well, right? 100 Thieves, Liaz is scared of that short play. He hides behind the bench, but it's really apartments where the bulk of the play is coming from. And that Catwalk player slows down by going into ladder. Just so much pressure on B. And now 100 Thieves, they want to take some away. It's a default for FURIA, a bit of a change of pace, a welcome one as players hold on to the A site. That's where this bomb will end up. But they've got to get past JKS and Jacob's double setup over on the ramp. Orb coming in from connector on Art. He's looking around into middle. No one's giving them anything. Grat is playing towards the back of CT. This is a good setup for 100 Thieves. The only weakness is the window boost. And, well, no one's going for it yet, but it seems like they are interested. Jump on Henny's head. That is free real estate. And that's exactly what they won't do. They'll move away from it. As 100 Thieves clear out ramp. Misinformation potentially. Vinny's caught the timing. That is perfection. And the bomb spotted. So 100 Thieves should start to throw rotations at the problem, and they do.
Grat doesn't miss those. Serato walks to his demise. Now, jungle has been lost and taken subsequently by Henny. He's moved into this position. Jacob's going to catch the bomb alone at ramp. And this has opened up a world of problems now for FURIA. You have to worry about getting this bomb back in their hands before they commit to anything. 35 seconds. Time is of the essence here. Art and Yuri both rotating back through T-spawn. Jacob has realized that this ramp area is empty for now. And he should have heard some of these players getting closer. Yuri, while he has grabbed the bomb, it's a little bit late in the round to double back into B. And so they've got to commit into this 4-man stacked bomb site with 15 seconds left. What? There's the first kill. Yuri's going to find it. Gratisfaction's onto another. And that molly down at the ramp denies the push. It is just going to have to be a save here for FURIA as their hands are tied. I
actually love that call from 100 Thieves to not break the window room vent, and that allows them to play towards the A site with a double ramp, 2 inside of B, and the AWP in CT supporting Con and holding Palace. What that means is FURIA, you know, you can boost window, you can even boost up into ladder. It doesn't matter. 100 Thieves have the players on B, they're playing for the A site plant, they don't care if you get window, and if you do break that vent, well then boom, suddenly there's a market rotation coming out to deal with you, and also Gratz in CT, so he can turn around and watch a flank. So yeah, I like that call from 100 Thieves, giving away the control to FURIA, but they don't care about it. They're not worried about it. And now we've got a bit of a mishmash buy on the T side.
Oh, there's 2 players pushing in through mid. He's ready for the first, but will he be ready for the second? Azza is an unknown entity, and Liaz is already on Cat, has dealt with the AWP. They do get into B as he moves out of the site. That's given the bomb plant over to FURIA. Something to work with now in this 4-on-4. Armed with only pistols and this 1 AK on Yuri. Can they find success on the back of it? 2 at Cat, 2 in the market for 100 Thieves.
Okay, Serato's burning. He needs to move. He gets out of there alive, but fighting and spotting info, trying to figure out where these CTs are coming from. He's at least worked out there's 2 on the catwalk. The rest should come with the territory. Oh my, Azza double spray does some damage to the third, and Jacob now finding another. Henny in the apartments in the clutch. 1-on-3 has found the first, but they're sticking it in the bomb. Oh dear, that almost looked like it could have gone his way. Close shots on the diffuser, but Grat covers through the smoke. And 100 Thieves, they take it nice and slow, but they get it done with enough time remaining. That's a very scary round, though, especially with Art getting up catwalk. If he kills Liaz there, because of the fact that 100 Thieves are double mid-pushing, that would be the B site empty. Liaz not only gets this kill, but makes the right call to move away to concede B. He knows they're running through apps, and if he hangs around and fights, not only could that be a gun given over, but, you know, another man lost, a disadvantage in favor of FURIA. That's a frustrating round to lose, considering the control the Brazilians were given, but it's fine. The money will come into play next, and they've got a hero AK on this one, thanks to Serato.
Grat's got a bit of a gap to watch the catwalk. He's trying to put that to good use. Art's already gotten close to him down here in mid. Ooh, Gratisfaction not going to go back in. Throws that flash, and that there is Art's signal to go. Taking him out of the round, and now the AWP picked up as well. He's looking to put it to good use into this A site. FURIA with players up through the connector. Azza hasn't spotted that yet. He hasn't been able to. Okay, Serato making noise in Palace. That's going to keep 2 players here at the A side of the map. Yuri is in the ladder room as well to try and cut off these rotations. JKS and Jacob both winning a fight apiece. Now, JKS falls. But Jacob still being a nuisance and still putting up numbers. This leaves Yuri in a pretty rough spot indeed. 1v3, and these cat rotations that he was waiting for never even arrive. That's him put in the ground, and 100 Thieves, they get another.
Time may be of the essence, but considering Art swaps out his gun, I would have loved to see him throw his AK back into middle and grab that AWP. No one even went for the AK, no one reboosted, no one came in through jungle to grab it, and FURIA barely had weapons to work with, so it would have been really nice to see that swap out. Could have been 2 armed players on this T side coming into A. Instead, they walk into the crossfire, and 100 Thieves deal with them well. These setups are nice. The CT side setups from the Thieves are looking pretty good right now, and FURIA are failing to find answers. Their solutions have just been taking over B and overwhelming Azar or Liaz on these fast cat plays. But I wonder if they'll figure out the problem on A and the fact that, you know, we have this default CT setup that's just really mowing down everyone coming through jungle side. Maybe a faster A approach out of the ramp and Palace, more of a default attack would be a better result over towards A. Molly out these spots. But for now, it's still another buy for FURIA, another chance of the action. Grab Molly's window to put out any smoke and give him that little gap once again. He's got it, but there's another smoke up cat. If he took that timing shot, he would have taken down Art, but instead it's Yuri to fall first. Art does trade onto Jacob, but Grat still lives to tell the tale.
But now they might reconsider. All right, this B play lost all of its momentum on the back of losing Yuri and Art over in middle, and so now they try and switch things up. They're going to boost up a man here for a bit of vision into the window room. Oh, Vinny watching Gratisfaction almost getting away with something there. JKS is in such a key position right now. He pushed into Palace earlier on in the round, and this is something that might be discounted by FURIA as they move into the A bomb site, especially with spotting Azza back in CT spawn. They molly the Palace. They're aware that that could be a possibility. Not quite able to follow up onto Liaz, and the longer JKS stays here, the more valuable this position becomes. The attention still being drawn away, but FURIA, they seem so aware, and down goes JKS. It's all onto Liaz. After a very quiet game back on Inferno, this man now the only one left to make a difference in this round. Serato just waiting at ramp, flashes him off the angle. Art's waiting down in connector as well. The bomb's planted open, and with no utility here for Liaz, this should be an impossible round. He taps the bomb to try and bait a peek, and while he does find Art, still Serato left to deal with, and he's just playing the timing game. This guy, so slippery, so annoying to play against. And even though he could go down with the bomb, he should be okay, and he is. It's actually Liaz to face that fate. FURIA, they get a third.
That's so sad for Liaz as well. He plays it perfectly. He waits to see if FURIA want to bring the fight to him. They don't. He isolates Art by going back around the other side of triple when Art's trying to check the defuse. And then, you know, what can you do? You're basically hoping Serato makes a mistake and swings wide and commits to the fight. And even though Liaz goes wide himself to try and catch an off angle to that ramp player, he's not able to get the killing blow, only dinking and then dying to the bomb. That's just the middle finger on the top. Doesn't even get to save the AWP that he kills in connector. And Grat, he's bought one of his own, but it's still a big expense for 100 Thieves. Solo B player right now. We've sometimes seen this be a bit of a problem. And FURIA, they're going to make the most of it. They're going to try and rush down this site. Grat is in market already, but the smokes are down. And he's coming through the door. Azza with one off the back of the short. He got boosted into the window. Liaz staying alive somehow, some way. Grat's come in for cover, and that's absolutely perfect. 2 shots. Vinny alone, 1-on-4 with a Galil, and this is not a good spot to be in.
No, not at all. Even the remarkable Vinny is going to struggle to make this one look doable. And so Jacob mopping that up on the flank. It's 7 for 100 Thieves. Gratisfaction, we're getting to see him deliver with this AWP, and that's what we wanted. Jacob as well up there topping the charts alongside him. And FURIA falling a little quiet. The money troubles, they're set to continue here for the FURIA squad. Hero AK on Art, smoke and a couple of flashes, and that's all they've got. Looking like they want to go fast into this A site out of spawn.
Serato lining up the flashes. Oh, he's beaten the Molotov. They should know this one. JKS might have just caught a glimpse of him and is going to hit a nice little chunky nade into Art's position. Teammates swinging, but there's the Palace drop. They can overwhelm JKS on the site. He gets nothing done but damage. Grab with the orb shot from afar. He's going to have to hold the cross. Henny hitting a ridiculous shot with the P250. And now FURIA, they have deep positioning. Liaz has actually trapped a player in spawn. He's got a call for support. He didn't know he was there originally, and Grat bails him out. He has been saving some of these rounds for 100 Thieves. Henny has to move thanks to the Molotov. And now with an AK retrieve, this is doable for FURIA.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, and a lot of it is hinging on this CT fight right now. Gratisfaction has not been missing a beat, and that's going to continue. 3 in the round. Leaves it onto Serato again to try and play the timing at ramp, and just about missing that spray. It's an 8th on the board for the 100 Thieves.
Yeah, you said it right. It was all down to the man on the site, right? Because Serato, he's back on ramp where he won out that clutch versus Liaz earlier, but with a default plant, there's just no way he can do anything. It was a low econ round for FURIA. They didn't have a lot to play with. They were relying on Art's hero AKs. They often do. And so it's not really a worry. You can push it under the rug, forget about it. Got money now. That bomb plant has facilitated that. And so an AWP out on Henny, trying to beat Grat. And Grat and Jacob, look at that scoreboard. They are the guys to watch out for right now. We don't have anyone having a Vinny-like performance back from Inferno on this map. Not for FURIA at least. And that could make all the difference. Grat, very close timing shots, but nothing connecting through the smoke. Oh, Art gets blinded. He thinks someone's going to come through the connector. No one here for 100 Thieves playing passive. They've not been the ones to force the fight. Aside from the odd round where they get aggressive up top mid, this has been pretty passive setups. And will continue to be so, leaning towards A with 3. FURIA have that mid control. They smoke off the CT gap and they try and isolate Jacob in the jungle.
Oh, Jacob knows. He's aware. Only good for 1 though. Yuri is there to trade. Henny even dropping Gratisfaction in the meantime back in CT, and now this wrap into the A site. Oh, JKS getting mollied out, forced to take the fight by Yuri. And that's a fight JKS never wanted to have to attempt. Liaz and Azza left in this 2-on-4, and with Yuri locking down the jungle rotate, that only leaves CT open. That's far too much information for FURIA to have. And so these two players in this rather undoable round, they decide they have to try and save. Shake it away though, right? You're not in the business of hunting just yet if you're FURIA.
No, even for them, that would be a bit rancid. They need their own money right now, and they have nothing left in the bank. After we talk about Grat and Jacob being the 2 heroes of this team, they immediately die as the first 2 players of the round. That's not how you want it to go. Good isolation of Jacob in window there. Art just basically suicides for the kill. Sometimes he hits those shots, right? He's jumping off of the bench and landing, trying to hit a random spray. Yuri trades, and then Henny, he's already up on cap because 100 Thieves has started conceding middle in these last few rounds, and so he's able to hold for Grat's re-peak from CT, where he's commonly been with this AWP, trying to support towards jungle, especially when he knows his team have already lost that position. So Grat gets baited into a fight that Henny's ready for, and there it is, you can see it. Henny very quick. Even JKS getting mollied as well. Just perfect round for FURIA. Starting to get a grips on this A bomb site now. Grat glass cannon AWP, but better than none, and he will find 1. Art gone in the window, even boosting up into the ladder room as well. He's able to support short. FURIA, though, they don't want B. They're setting up smokes on that A site.
Just an armada of utility here into A, and lurking behind it is JKS. Now going over is going to be Vinny, hounding him down.
Easy.
Removes him from the A site, and now that bomb plant can come through. Azza not going to take the peek out from CT, and maybe that's a good idea with the flurry utility that comes his way. Vinny waiting close on the other side, and we have Serato who can line up this pop flash to get him stuck in. There it is. Vinny slightly blinded, but good for 1, and a follow-up as well. He's so damn low the whole time, and he's still putting up numbers. Azza and Gratisfaction left in this 2-on-3. They're going to give it a look in. They're going to try and give it a go, but something's got to present itself soon. And there it is, Gratisfaction nailing that shot. It all falls onto him in the 1v2 and missing. Oh, onto the pistol. Yuri is there to help out. And FURIA, they claim a 5th.
Yeah, the troubles, the problems of that A site at the start of the map have started to slip away, and FURIA have had the answers. Vinny, I love that play. They don't throw like just the default smokes that cut off jungle and stairs, but they throw one in the site to go between default and triple. Vinny here jumps up on top of the site, kills JKS there. He knows he's been playing default or under Balk every single round, pretty much, and they're able to isolate him down. I have no idea how Vinny gets more in CT spawn, but that's great utility for Keserato to set him up. Now 100 Thieves broke in the middle. I don't know. How do you even deal with that? Art couldn't see him, but Jacob has a little slither, a little gap to grab a gun, and 100 Thieves are going to run that one down. Grat picks it up, but they've lost the A site in the process.
Jacob's such a scary pistol player, man. He really is. Even with the USP, even when he's keeping it vanilla.
Oi.
Diaz gets naded out, and Jacob, they try and put him in the spot. Now they know there's another man there. That's the mop-up, and this round should get laid to rest pretty quickly. It's Vinny there to solidify it. 6 on the board for FURIA as we approach round 15, and there is the final investment coming through for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, it's got to be scary if you're the Thieves here, knowing that you've sort of let FURIA back into this half. You had full control. You were winning 3 rounds in a row every time. Every time FURIA got one round, you'd reset them. You never let them build an economy. Art and Henny rarely had these orbs in play. We had a lot of pistol rounds in this T side for FURIA, but now 2 rounds back-to-back, 3 rounds back-to-back, looking for a 4th to close the half. The money is no issue here, and well, it's quite the opposite situation for 100 Thieves. They're down on their luck and on their cash, and they're going to try and make up for it by gaining the map control up middle. But FURIA, they go back to these A smokes that have treated them oh so well. Even the default smoke that cuts off Grat in the spawn. He doesn't have an AWP this time. It's down to the rifles. 100 Thieves, they know what's about to happen. It's just about putting a stop to it.
Grat started them off on the right foot. The flashes are allowing him to keep this presence up. Still a threat back in CT, and now doubling up here with another man alongside him. They do lose Jacob, but Azza swinging out from the connector, able to put up even more resistance before he gets wallbanged out. This fight is awkward in CT, but there's Liaz to save the day. 100 Thieves, they're going to get a 9th. It's 9-6. A much better face here from the Aussies as they recover on Mirage. Is it going to be enough to get us to go the distance? Going to have to find out in just a moment, aren't you? Don't go anywhere.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I've been stuck on your memory, but
Put enough light into the man and eventually he will fall. Art on the rotation. He's also missed a couple of sitters and oh dear. 2 on 3 now. Gratisfaction down in the site. The rest of the gang departing somewhat. Molotov is going to hold JKS back and he's thinking, who the hell buys a Molotov in the pistol round? His attention drawn away. Serato able to close the gap as a result, but he flicks back and does deal with Art inside of the site. Serato left in the clutch and it should be undoable. It's 10 on the board for 100 Thieves.
That's a messy round. Not only flashing JKS, but both his teammates on triple as well. That's why that fight looks so weird. That's why everyone's whiffing their shots. Obviously, one that just kind of comes out of nowhere. He tries to flash from CT or from jungle to help his team out. And right at that point, JKS comes around wide on triple, and so FURIA have to turn their attention into the flashbang. You can't win them all. And right now, 100 Thieves, they want to win them all. They want to take it to a third. Vertigo being that finale to this series. They found a 9-6 half. They found a pistol round. It's a full eco for FURIA, who are going to require a big comeback once we hit those gun rounds. But regardless of that, 100 Thieves are in a really good position right now. And they know it.
Will they be ready for FURIA aggressing at ramp? Yes, is the answer. If you answer correctly, congratulations. You win an I can't talk. It's all good. Here it is. What I'm saying is look, you got it right. They killed them all, didn't they? And Vinny's now burning out. He's going to get followed up onto as well. It just leaves Serato in another impossible clutch. He loves being in them. What's he going to be able to do here with just the USP?
Nothing.
Oh, you answered nothing. Congratulations, you win an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. That's what I meant to say earlier on, so I just reused it. That's how that works.
You didn't have to tell us, Harry. You can save your gold, but right now, FURIA, they've stacked it together. They've pulled their points, and they are buying up fully into this third round of the half. Obviously, ecoing this second, so they're not going to have a lot of utility. No Molotovs, no kits, no AWP, but it's not pretty for 100 Thieves either. This is a B-Rush buy if I've ever seen one before. They've got 2 MAC-10s and 2 Galils taking control of middle, more in the apartments. They could be coming under, though, by the looks of things. So 100 Thieves, maybe they want that A site after all. Boost up into the window is a bit of an Aussie classic here. Azza loves it. Behind the smoke, it's going to fade soon, and there's a gap there. Oh, Jacob, he's got a little angle there. He can take it away. Azza up into the window. Well, that's Liaz, rather, but Azza finds a kill ahead of him. And now there's only 3 up for FURIA. This is a nightmare. Oh, dear.
Oh, Jacob, your quick switching makes me nervous. Yuri playing around this smoke gets bested by Jacob. The quickest switch in all the lands, and now just Serato in a 1v5. 100 Thieves, they are looking poised to get us to Vertigo. And with how this game's going, it feels like it could happen.
Where's the FURIA we saw from last map? I know it's only 1 rifle round. I don't want to look at it too much. And it was a bit of a fast one for 100 Thieves, where they just pressure everything at once, connector, window, up on Cat 2. But yeah, this is a very different affair right now. That's the power a CT side start can do for you, though. As it was actually so fast up the window, I didn't even realize it until the second player got boosted as well. So pacing from 100 Thieves. They're going back to middle. Okay, reasonable.
Well, all right. Rat now, molding now, as he gets taken down. Early on in the round, doesn't even get to see anything. But he does get to give the information that Henny was in window. So that's pretty cool. 100 Thieves all the way back on the long rotation in through T-spawn into this A site. And FURIA, they've misread this one. They've gone heavy with a gamble stack over towards B, and that could not be further from the truth. Now that call comes in, they start to rotate bodies back into the A site. But we need these 2 players here, and Henny and Yuri, to stay alive. Henny dancing around, finally bested, finally dealt with, and the follow-up onto Art comes through. This A site now belongs to 100 Thieves.
The last bullet spray from Jacob as well. Oh, Vinny, he's gone through the smoke. He finds one, but JKS and Jacob, they're going to trade. Yuri's on his own, stuck in the jungle. The 100 Thieves have already spread out, split off from the bomb, looking to close this round with ease, you would think. Oh, no, don't give it to him. Not like this. It's not a round that you want to throw away if you're 100 Thieves. And JKS tucks immediately after Az's departure from the round. This should be it. The crossfire is here, and good peek from JKS. Cleans it up. 13-6. And this is it. This is the game right now, Furia. If you want to have a chance in Mirage, your map pick, how the tables have turned, you've got to win this round.
I just saw triple AWP.
Really?
I am 100% on that. I'm at 99%.
No.
I'll drop a percentile. But, you know, my eyes, I can often rely on them to see things.
They are known for that.
There we go. They've done it. The eyes have pulled through. K-Serato, Art, and Henny with an AWP apiece.
Jake can backstab Grat and Spawn. So that's not great. 61 damage, the right-click knife in the spine, and K-Serato's got an AWP. 100 Thieves going, wait, K-Serato's got the AWP? That's weird. They're about to find out. It's not weird. It's really weird.
Well, you know, if my pugs have taught me anything, it's that if you're losing, more AWPs is the go-to solution. AWP, getting the info, and getting the tag. Now, at this point, 100 Thieves, they still don't know that there's 3 AWPs. Like, you've been killed by one, another one's just rang out of the A site, but that could easily be someone rotating around with the AWP, or it could just be a double AWP setup. So they still don't know that there's so many AWPs in play. Yuri's going to find JKS up in Palace. Of course he is. Ooh, Art.
I think he saw him.
Yeah, this is scary for you, bud. Another tag from Art. He may as well have bought the scout at this point, man. Not quite finishing off the job, but he does tag them low, and that's going to make it a bit easier for the rest of the team. Azza looking to get out of the window, looking to leave and split this B site. He lands the cat jump, he gets into position. And so now for K-Serato, holding on could be a pretty tall order indeed, especially with a player splitting in through Catwalk. Gratisfaction and Jacob, the two players that exchanged some blows at the beginning of this one. Well, up in the apartments, it hasn't gone well for them. That's Azza blindsiding K-Serato from his short flank. Vinny's here, though, tries to push the envelope and get a bit aggressive. The bomb's still dropped in the apartments, and so for Jacob, this is a very rough spot to be in. He was looking for kills, nothing presents itself. And 100 Thieves still don't know about the triple AWP.
Yeah, maybe when you're dying to K-Serato with it, you can kind of work it out, right? But that was a nice reaction for Furia, despite Art only hitting damage, no kills. K-Serato, the good patience on this. He sees the jump, and he doesn't like freak out and react and try and hunt down that kill. He thinks, yeah, there's got to be a second, there's got to be another, and he waits for Grat to walk into his crosshair. Does get caught by Azza up Cat. I don't think that was communicated. Furia never knew he made the jump, but yeah, this level, you know, it's not really a surprise when it comes through. More often than not, if anything. Full B-rush here for 100 Thieves. Furia have one of their orbs over on this site. No mollies left, though. It's down to the gunfights and the smokes that maybe could be dropped to the feet. Vinny could just throw one on this bench corner if he wants, go full taco, but we didn't get given the opportunity. It actually does come down. Nice flick from K-Serato. That's why we have so many players available to use this sniper. He's going to go back in for more with the flash. Somehow hits a second. Azza up close to the bomb. That was a crucial kill. He couldn't afford to die, and they haven't even cleared out Vinny. He'll get one before he gets hunted down, and even then, he will live to tell the tale through the smoke a second. It's that Henny rotate with the AWP to finish it off.
Okay, I was thinking like, okay, but maybe they don't save that other AWP and they move. Nope, they saved it, they grabbed it, they're keeping it going. Why not? You know, why not? This is, I mean, to be fair, if K-Serato is donning shots like that, then yeah, go for it. I was so ready for him to get the third as well. Vinny, so crucial. Frankie actually said during the death segment, he feels like an AWPer's best friend. Well, he is there to pick up the pieces. Once that AWP gets taken down in the B site, he anchors it from the bench. He puts up 2. It looked like he was going to get the third, but Henny sniped it away from him. That nade is picture perfect from Art. Had a very quiet game thus far, has this man. Gone away with a lot of damage, but not many kills to his name. And as he's looking to shut down this attempt at the mid play, that molly might force some engagements his way. They extinguish it with a smoke. But now he knows that behind these boxes, where the danger lies. Down goes Jacob. Now Art maybe isn't ready for Azza, who is also behind these mid boxes, because Art only ever saw one person in mid. So he's going to rotate out, gives up the middle area. 100 Thieves still leaning heavily over here towards the A site, but there are 3 players inside of this for FURIA.
Yeah, Gratz smoked window from spawn to help out Azza. That means he gets to keep his utility. But now the one smoke is in the position it doesn't need to be. They've got to wait on Azza because they can't just walk out the ramp into this quad A site stack. Azza smoking jungle is one of the many problems that will be presented. Yuri under the Palk and a man in CT2. I was going to say he deals with him, but he doesn't. A whiff spray and the double entry. 100 Thieves, they found a way into this bomb site. It's up to the triple orb. Henny's trapped behind the boxes. Going to find it hard to move. Gratz picked up a smoke on the body of his foes, but he can't plant as there's a gap from the short side. No way he's going to save this round. The triple orb could be the solution after all. And looking for the ace. It's all onto Liaz, trapped to the ramp side, the bomb in the open, and no one else is peeking. No one else is moving. They're leaving it to Art to create a masterpiece. He can't finish the job, but surely the short player can. And Keserato, he'll find the final shot to finish the round.
Does this mean that next time you jump into a public game, everyone's going to be running triple AWP?
They already are, honestly. That's already the standard meta, it feels like. 5
auto snipers, that's the level I'm playing at.
I remember that game. I think it was Havu who ran 5 AWPs on a CT side Mirage comeback. I think they beat Windstrike. I only remember because Norbert was, well, we could say outspoken about that matchup. And they pulled like a 13-2 comeback with 5 AWPs. And yeah, that was hilarious. That was really, I downloaded the demo, watched it back. It was brutal. But I think it was 4 AWPs and an auto. But it worked, and it was on CT Mirage, and it worked. Yeah, this is the map for it, though. Like
Yuri have moved away from it. Heartbreak. Keserato going back to his roots with the M4.
Oh, well, they actually didn't have the money. Oh, no, sorry, they did. They did have the money. But regardless, yeah, you lose one of them, right? I think as long as you got them for free, keep doing it. But you know eventually that 100 Thieves are going to be broke, and that is this round. So you don't want to run triple AWP into pistol.
No, this is the read, right? They've understood that there's no money, and you don't want to be giving 1 of your 3 AWPs over. Because suddenly, that's a bunch of problems that you just didn't need from the offset. 100 Thieves with only pistols. I say only, like their pistol work has been great. In particular, you're looking at Jacob there. Once again, continuing with his like high budget scout in this game. And it's looking like an all-in B plate. That nade even more damage. Keserato picking the perfect time to move on to this M4. Has an early rotation coming in from Vinny to try and help him out at this side of the map. Now, showing presence here for 100 Thieves has forced the rotation, and they slow it right down. They actually back out of the apartments. So they're looking to hit somewhere else, and as a result of just getting away with that 1 bit of damage onto Keserato, they've forced someone away elsewhere on the map. Boosting up into the window to be given this angle is Jacob. Art there with the AWP, and he's got to be careful. Art ready, 1 step ahead, somehow, some way. He's dealt with Jacob. Are they going to throw another up into the window? They are. It's Azza put up here, this time silently. They boost him up. And Art is not considering it. He's not going to be ready for someone wrapping around. This kill could make all the difference, but Yuri's got his back. Art in with another, trying to go for the fancy flick, but decides he's going to give up the connector for now. They get out. Art in with the repeat, gives the AWP over, but Yuri and Keserato, they've got the round locked in regardless.
I love how FURIA is so able to communicate well within their team. They love giving up positions that are really dangerous, and like if you miss your shot, your teammate's gonna die, but it enables you to play spots like that. Like not only Yuri helping from under balcony, covering window as Art watches connector, but we see all the time, like Vinny, when he's not been pressured on B, he's been coming through market and supporting window, watching that gap while Art swivels around looking at jungle and palace with the AWP. So yeah, FURIA, they love giving up this control, but they don't go down without a fight. They still keep someone there. This is a dangerous play. The results are working. He has really picked it up since he's gotten onto this AWP, as you would expect, even despite the tag.
He was 4 and 18.
Yeah. He's still here, by the way. He could have left. He could have gotten out.
This is... Look, he's running. He's like just... It's nothing to him. But now up on Cat, it's going to be Azza locking down the kill. Vinny will get the trade at least. And Keserato holding aggressively. By the way, didn't say it. We were back to the triple AWPs here for FURIA. Keserato holding down the B bomb site, gives up his aggressive position. And so JKS and Liaz going through this smoke. K-Cerato's moved back into the market, and FURIA, they've leaned heavily into this A bomb site. A decision that might come back to haunt them if K-Cerato isn't able to find success on this crossing player. Really, this fight can make all the difference, because a 2-on-4 with the bomb planted in B, double AWP in the retake, that feels doable for 100 Thieves. Here comes the push. K-Cerato, it's all been telegraphed. He knows what's coming his way. He needs to land this shot, and there it is. JKS caught on the peak, left onto Liaz now at a 1v4, and K-Cerato still being a nuisance with this AWP. Nice kill from Liaz to open it up, but as he drops in, they're already here. 11 for FURIA, now 2 away from 100 Thieves.
Obviously, 100 Thieves don't know where everyone is there, and that's why they're being safe playing from the apps. They're not running it down. But think about how the fact that FURIA are running 3A, 1 market, and then by the time Liaz jumps out into the site, there are 4 players there. Like, that's ridiculous. Such fast communication and rotations from FURIA once they spot that utility. And I will say there was a bit of a lax like in the push after the grenades come through. Very hard to figure out where those CT AWPs are playing, though. And for this must feel like such a difficult game for 100 Thieves running against this triple AWP.
This was 13-6 to 100 Thieves. And now, you know, we stand at 13-11. Comeback well and truly on. And the thing that scares me the most is these individuals for FURIA that were very, very quiet. I'm talking about, you know, your Arts. I'm talking even about K-Cerato struggling a little bit. Well, they're finding their footing now, and they're starting to come alive. Art delivering us these, like, signature aggressive plays with his AWP. It's a scary time to be a 100 Thieves fan. Art going to drop that nade. It finds good damage onto 2 players in the top of mid, but fast into connector. Art going to get blindsided by the pace. Dropped there by Jacob. And now the AWP retrieved. Jungle is more than lost here. 100 Thieves moving in as they've taken this ground away from FURIA forcibly.
There's so many options here for 100 Thieves, but Vinny is here to deny everything from the CT spawn. That B rotation, cutting off Gratisfaction. Now that AWP is still in play for 100 Thieves, and they want the A site, but they know it's going to be heavily defended, and so they're not in a rush to do it. Yuri waiting default for a Palace lurk that's never going to come. That smoke is to cut off the catwalk player of K-Cerato, not just Liaz, who will just jump through it with no fear. Yuri doesn't realize he should hear the footsteps. They're running towards CT. Henny's fully blind. Yuri's caught under, and Vinny running through the own smoke to get revenge. He'll only get damage. Azza almost wall banged out. Henny still standing in the CT spawn. K-Cerato comes over the stairwell, but this AWP, despite being on 4 HP, could save 100 Thieves.
The nade on K-Cerato could do it all, and there it is. Azza dunked out of the round. It falls to JKS, and he tries to swing. He tries to lock in a round by making a play happen. But it doesn't happen. He gets removed. 12 for FURIA. Of course, that was just upgraded pistols here and there and a Mac 10 or 2 for 100 Thieves.
I love that idea, though, right? Like, the change of pace. They have certainly been giving FURIA a lot of respect. We haven't seen any, like, default A plays from 100 Thieves in a while. Maybe go back to that with this mid-lurk. The amount of control they gain there is really nice. They just focus on shutting down Art, getting the AWP, getting the control behind enemy lines, and seeing where they can go with it. But FURIA is so patient on the retake. They don't rush that one. Call the nade, Harry, before it even left the hands. And this is it. We mentioned 6 rounds ago, FURIA, that one rifle round they had to win if they wanted to make this game happen. Well, this now is that exact same round for 100 Thieves. I didn't think I'd be saying it, but if they fall here, this could be the game. It's at least going to leave them, you know, with one more rifle round, but it will also put FURIA in the lead and on a path to the playoffs here for ESL 1 Cologne Online. Uh-oh. Up that ADR, buddy. No kills, only tags.
This B play, though, could come at the perfect time. You know, it's all going to come down to the speed of which these rotations come in and how long this double AWP hold of K-Cerato and Art are able to hold the line.
And he's got such a sight line, though, it's worth noting. This cat play is going to get torn apart by him.
There's one. Gratisfaction now on the angle. Art with a missed shot, and that opens up the catwalk. K-Cerato hiding close. In with the no-scope. Liaz gets a trade. It's a 2-on-3 as Vinny was able to deal with Jacob moving up through the cat smoke. FURIA. They fought long, they fought hard to get to this scoreline, and they're going to keep on fighting. They offer up another. Azza thrust into the clutch. Oh, with the spray, it's Azza, and he's got it down to the 1v1. Henny late in through Catwalk. Azza clearing out the market, poising himself for the 1v1. Bomb ticking away. Henny is on the clock. The nade could do it all again. It goes into bench. Nothing found. Onto the USP for Henny. He needs to nail this shot, and Azza missing the spray, gets it close, but no cigar. Defuse comes in, and it's 13-all as FURIA make the retake happen.
Oh, you can't ask more from Azza there. The spray transfer to the seconds as they come out cat is so good, and I think he even had the read as to where he was coming from as well, but that's a classic. Why is he there? You know, why is he off the bomb? He taps it and goes so wide with that pistol. Like, why is Henny strafing out here? And considering the scoreline, Harry, you talk about, like, recoveries from someone like Art. Henny's 8-19, and he wins that crucial one-on-one that is going to decide likely the outcome of this map. FURIA 13-all. No AWP here for 100 Thieves. They had the option, they had the money, but they choose against it. They go for an A take. Last round, FURIA had 3 on this site, with Henny holding Catwalk from Triple. He had a lot of support towards Ramp and Palace. That at least got smoked off from 100 Thieves, but this time he's not even here. Art's having to rotate back, but he's been smoked off. Henny sat up on top of the ticket. Utility won't affect him here, only those flashbangs, but 100 Thieves are not pushing fast. They're waiting for the late flash. Here they come. Art's blind, he's getting molly. He's gonna hit a shot. Henny too. The AWP's finding a couple, but 100 Thieves have the site.
It's another 2-on-3 for 100 Thieves. This time, Liaz and Jacob get to give it their best attempt. Jacob trying to hold CT. Vinny is there, and he's very, very low, but he does have K Serato rotating in. This bomb hasn't gone down, and delaying this plant, hoping that FURIA drop the ball and give you a fight, is what 100 Thieves are hinging this whole round on right now. They need an engagement to be forced on out. Vinny landing the tag and finishing off Jacob. Liaz has got it down to a 1v1, and it's just Art left to beat. Liaz teetering on taking the peak, does get away with damage. It gets the information that it's Art on this AWP in jungle. Bomb now down, planted behind Triple. Art does not seem aware of that. He was spamming the default box while that bomb was getting planted. And while this has happened, Liaz has crossed into CT. He needs his big brain shoes on. Making noise, Liaz. Ooh, he taps it, but he's not sticking it. Liaz is going to swing, and now Art creeping up, goes for the quick switch, and that's going to betray him.
I don't know if you realized he was close left there. Like, he should have worked it out after going wide, but the only other assumption is that Liaz is playing it deep from CT spawn and just kind of calling his bluff on that fake. Art decides to rush him down, but Liaz knows he has to be close because he's already checked the bomb. And that bomb, like you mentioned, not planted, got delayed by Vinny jumping up on top of Ticket. And yeah, this is a weird one. Very weird one. He didn't even have his gun out in time, and that's going to cost FURIA a big round for Liaz to clutch out as well. These sprays have been so exciting in the 1vx's for 100 Thieves. Azza up on Cat with a double. Liaz does the same towards spawn. And look at this money for FURIA. It's all come tumbling down this entire streak of rounds. 7 in a row, only to be broke after losing 1. That's the economy for you. And they had to force, they had to fight for this tooth and nail for everything they've got. Vertigo is on the horizon, never seen more doable than ever for 100 Thieves. This is not the time to fall short.
Flash in, and Vinny's so blind, taken out of the round. K Serato now here in the B site, trying to play around the smoke. He darts in and darts out. K Serato in with another. They can't find him. He's lost in the smoke. Now back to back with Liaz, and they finally deal with K Serato. Liaz up with another, and it all falls onto Yuri. 1v2 to try and keep this dream alive for FURIA, but Gratisfaction nails it. 15 on the board for 100 Thieves.
No money either, right? We talk about that last round being a pretty bad buy. K Serato, I love that play. I've never seen anyone do that. Smoke that side of the site. You know, expected to get spammed from short, but no one's even looking at it. FURIA, 100 Thieves is just expecting him to be in the site. He comes out with 2. Almost catches Liaz as well, but dropped in on from above. And 100 Thieves are doing this. They're making this happen. It may have been a labored, delayed game. At one point, it seemed like they might have dropped it. But every round, every game, a Counter-Strike is winnable, no matter the score. Even for Art, he's going to try and find one fast. He does get traded. But at this point, trades are worth their weight in gold for FURIA, especially when you're in Ds against AKs. Cat getting mollied. Mid is to the Ts. It all goes quiet.
Very passive play from FURIA. Yuri holding close, and Henny peeking out from the site and drawing them in, but Yuri's not able to deliver the goods as a double entry. Deeg out from Gratisfaction as he brings himself down to FURIA's level. Serato does deal with one. The AWP should get the trade here, wasn't able to follow through, and Serato still a threat. Deeg out. What should be an impossible 1v3. Vertigo looking inevitable here unless Serato can do the impossible. Liaz locking down the jungle area. Serato, his problems are just beginning as he tries to get up through connector. No one giving him a fight, no one giving anything up. The flash is delaying the push. Molly in as well to add insult to injury. 100 Thieves, it's looking like they've done it. Liaz blindsided by Serato, but so little time makes this one all said and done. 100 Thieves, they lock in Vertigo. We go the distance. Both these teams wanting to reach the playoffs and showing that now more than ever. Who takes this series? Who takes a playoff spot? You're going to have to join us after the break to find out.
Look, if you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out. 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 I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
ESL 1 Cologne, where 100 Thieves have leveled it out against FURIA. They've managed to regroup themselves and put on quite the performance to edge things to a third map, which is, of course, going to be Vertigo. Right now, me and Hugo, we're having a little bit of a debate. I feel like FURIA should not have force-fought that penultimate round, because when they lost it, they obviously had to force buy again. They really had an even less than desirable buy than the round before, Hugo, and there was nothing they could do with it.
Frankie, that's what I call being a hindsight hero, okay? Frankly, there was not any money. They had no loss bonus, unfortunately. FURIA, they won 7 rounds in a row. They lose that round coming up against 14-13. They got 1,400 loss. They have nothing. So even if they eco that round, they're not going to be coming in with what was the solution, which was that triple AWP, right? They barely would have had util with their rifles. So it's far safer to make that force buy round happen, hope for the best, break 100 Thieves money right back into 14-14 and close the game out there. I wouldn't want to play overtime either if I was FURIA. I'd be more thinking about Inferno or Vertigo.
We saw with FURIA is that they're not very good at making something from nothing. It's the reverse of 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves, particularly on the first map, we saw even when they couldn't win rounds, when they're on ecos, they could at least get bomb plants. And then we had FURIA. They were the ones whose bank was completely broken, particularly in the first half, if that makes sense. And they couldn't do anything until they had the loss bonus to get their full guns back.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's always like a bit of a weird one, right? And especially because FURIA, a lot of that comeback had to happen in the CT half. It's like, you can't reliably make money in the same way that you can as the T's. I don't know, like, I think for FURIA, it was just a case of a really slow start.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, they finally started to find their footing. Like, Art had 4 kills, for example. Like, moving into the second half of play, he was 4 and 18. Now, he goes on to have this brilliant recovery, but then you just got to be thinking, like, well, what if we had the same FURIA from Inferno showing up just a few rounds earlier? And those games can always feel rough. So I think, you know, for FURIA, the focus now needs to be on Vertigo, bouncing back, because we definitely saw, you know, FURIA just looking like they were struggling a little bit more. And considering they just 16-1 to 100 Thieves, like literally moments ago, are we forgetting that? That was a very weird chain of events.
Yeah.
I like the way they tried to come up with solutions. Like, I feel like you could tell that they weren't necessarily feeling so hot by the decision to go for this triple AWP purchase, and boy, did it work out. It certainly put some confidence back in the shoes of Art, back in the shoes of Queserato over at the B-bomb site. So they were trying to come up with these solutions, and the solutions were working. It's just the solution they came up with is very damn expensive. Yeah. And so ultimately, that kind of was their undoing towards the end of the game. The thing that allowed it to get this close was also the thing that tore it all away from them. So kind of poetic justice there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Solutions is actually a word I wanted to use about my next point as well. It felt like that game was just solutions to the A site. Think about how in the first half, when it was, you know, when they were trying to take over A, and constantly we had JKS playing on that default box, supported by Grat on the AWP. It took FURIA so long. They would only ever get 1 round before immediately getting reset back on their T side until the last 4, where they finally got 3 of the last 4 and showed out on A. The same thing kind of happened for 100 Thieves over on A on their T side, and their solution was these fast plays, these connector rushes, overwhelming Art, boosting window, grabbing weapons away from FURIA. And yeah, I think you make a good point when you talk about the AWPs, helping them but also digging them a hole.
Well, I have a feeling that they're not going to be able to run triple AWP on Vertigo, because that's already an extremely difficult map to AWP on. But we're going to find out very soon, because we're going to go to a short break. And when we come back, we're heading to our decider.
I just need to I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down. All around this empty town, I'm searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Welcome back to ESL 1 Cologne 2020, and it's time to find out how well you guys know Counter-Strike, because during that break you'll have noticed Tweeday and his arms present you the latest question from the DHL drop, and we can now reveal what the answer was. The question was, how many individual CSGO teams have won ESL 1? And the answer was C. 14 teams have won ESL 1. It's not been going for 14 years, but it's been going for quite a few, and there's multiple tournaments throughout the year. That's my explanation for that one. I know that you're very bored by that, so instead we're going to bring the hype from these boys. Harry, DJ, take it away.
I got the gaming glasses on, and that means I'm ready to game. The music is on as well. I've taken these off. It's all a bit misleading, but they're going back on, trust me. Hugo, we got map number 3. It's Vertigo. It's the one that we've been waiting for. It's Furia. It's 100 Thieves. And boy, oh boy, do I love me some Vertigo.
Mission Control has been in touch, Harry. They've let me know that 100 Thieves have won the knife round. They have gone with that CT-sided start. I'd say keep your eyes out for Art on this T side. He loves getting up that scaffolding position, being a bit of a nightmare, being a bit of a nuisance. If you've watched this series already, you know what you're in store for. Well, let's find out how much stock there is. Harry, take us away. It's 100 Thieves. It's Furia.
Woo, we got that drop, baby. Liaz and Az are inside of the B site, and they might have a couple of drops coming their way as well, as the smokes with the flashes and everything else is going in. It's leading the charge for Furia as they now move up through this ramp. It is fast, it's ferocious, it's so damn Furia, but bailing out his teammate is Liaz. Does get dropped in the meantime. A very heavy rotation. We got everybody here inside of the B site. It is utter chaos right now. Oh, gonna get another. Henny follows up. JKS now the only defender left on the other side of that smoke, and he meets his maker. Jacob left all alone and cancelled out by Furia.
That's a lovely little pistol round for Furia. Sometimes the issue with these B rushes is you get too stuck in, right? You overcommit, you lose the first man, and then you just fall apart trying to hunt the kills. Furia don't do that. They stay, they sit around on the Tetris, they take those left eye peeks, and dangerous as they are, they get away with a round, they get away with the kills. So, yeah, I like that from Furia. nice and slow and steady. We also see more and more teams running these XX smokes towards B, right? You see that right side gen smoke. Big ran around the other day where they threw a left one as well. But no waiting, no breaking, back into the action. It's a force buy for the Thieves. And Jacob's going to get his life stolen away. Art up the scaffolding, as we've come to expect. Scout shot's not hitting, and they need to because Art is running through. Yuri does the same, and he gets a double. That's the A site open for business. Okay.
Right. Well, that's an interesting turn of events here up at the A site. Also, look at where Yuri is. He's in CT spawn. And Liaz, he's in middle. And I'm in Cologne.
Thanks, Aaron.
You, well, you're probably at home. Not you specifically, Hugo.
No.
You're right here as well. Although this feels like home.
Depending on how many OTs we go to, we might have to sleep in the studio. It's always an option.
I would love that.
That was actually an option, if you remember earlier in the year, Harry.
That was something that was considered.
When we got
briefly.
kicked out of our hotel, and then we got kicked out of our hotel again.
Yeah, I did the famous 7 rooms over 7 nights.
That was true,
In
yeah.
2 separate hotels.
Yeah. The Golden Mile.
You know, yeah.
Sounds like the worst film ever.
Yeah, we call it the Boeing because it's the 7 for 7. That was like how we linked it all together.
That was actually the worst week.
I thought it was pretty great. I really went on like a
Tour de Germany.
thorough and in-depth tour of the German hospitality system. I can tell you in and out now what hotels are like here because I've seen it all.
Luckily, you haven't seen the sofa in the ESL offices, but there's always time, Harry. There is always time.
I was hoping that Joe Miller had like a pull-down like bed in his office or something I could have
Murphy
slept in.
bed.
Bunk bed. He's on the top, you're on the bottom.
That would be fun. Ooh.
Bunking with Joe.
Well, I'm excited about that. Let's go. Anyway, this round, it is just pistols right now for 100 Thieves. Henny creeping out into middle. Makes a bit of presence and then backs away. Ramp going to be taken here by FURIA as they move up towards the A site. 100 Thieves, they've stacked very heavily over towards B. Henny's looking for a stat pad round.
Who isn't?
Oh, look at this. They're leaving A. They've decided, actually, you know what? Something about this ain't right. Let's go to B. And as they've done that, 100 Thieves who were on B have decided, well, hang on, something about this ain't right. Let's go to A. And boy, oh boy, it's like watching the sun and the moon try and chase each other down right now.
Yeah, Art's selling this fake so well. Harry, you're poetic, by the way. You should write a book or a series of really short stories.
Yeah, man. I'll get working on it. Harry's really short stories. They're like 10 words long and everyone tells a different tale.
Harry's haikus.
I could write a haiku. I could write a mean haiku. I could. Maybe that was one. I was off on the syllables on the final line. But look at this, Liaz. He's saved himself a little AK. Well, I say that. Like, he has the AK now. But will he have the AK at the end of the round?
He dropped out of the map.
Hey, Liaz, that's smart. He throws the AK away. Caserato's looking for it. It's a long way down to get it, bud. 3-0 for FURIA.
Respect for that, because that's not, you know, it's easy to say when you're sitting here, you're watching pros play, and these guys know how good they are, right? Like Liaz, I'm sure has so much confidence in his ability there, but realistically, FURIA, they're chasing you from every position. What are the chances you're getting out of there alive? Probably pretty low. So respect. And he knows he's got a gun here anyway. He knows he's got the money. So he actually makes the right call there. As crazy as that is to think, you know? Well, let's find out what 100 Thieves have to show for us here. No orb, aggression from JKS, counteracting FURIA's own style, but they're going to swing. They expected it. They hear the footsteps and they deal with it. I love that when teams, oh dear, the wall bang as well. Oh no, it gets worse and worse. Another man on the A side. Art might not expect it, but Asa needs to pounce, he needs to strike, and he will get one. Henny with a bomb could lose it, but he actually gets a chance to back up. Asa retreating to the site. I love it when teams hide at the bottom of A ramp, right? Like, so many CTs expect you to rush that, and if you're not rushing it, then you're not there. Well, that's not the case. He shoots Caserato in the face, and he is in a very tough clutch.
Oh!
Yeah. Throw it out the map.
Liaz is getting... Throw it again, Liaz. Oh, no. You've dodged all this util, but it might all be in vain. He only takes 1 damage. Now, if that isn't a Molotov I've thrown, I don't know what it is. Molotov, not going to find him, but this will be the save call for Liaz. 4-0 now for FURIA. Of course, I love that we're ending on Vertigo to end this series. I really do. Not only is it a great map to watch a team like FURIA play on, it's a great map in general, but more than that is I hope it gives us a tight fight for this playoff position, because this entire game now is all or nothing.
Yeah, FURIA won 16-11 back on Vertigo when we saw these guys play at DreamHack Masters. Now remember, I don't think you can look too much into the past results considering how Inferno went last time versus this time. In fact, almost the opposite. So, worth noting. But FURIA, yeah, they're definitely favorites. We said it before the series started. They won the veto. They are very happy about this map. And I think, you know, I would have done the same thing if I'm 100 Thieves. I would have picked CT side, but I think FURIA also want that. I think they want the T side start. You know, set the pace, be aggressive. You're so comfortable here. You know what you're doing. And they've been very impressive on this map as of late. Oh, he might see defeat now. This is a horrible wallbang. It just doesn't do any damage. It's broken. Val, fix, please. But regardless of that, he's not going to see Liaz. So waiting for the smoke to fade. That molly always going to push JKS in or out, and it will do neither. It hits the smoke. Molotov coming maybe a bit too early, and there's so many CTs here fighting tooth and nail for the site. JKS gets one. It's traded. Liaz is still here, but he's firing off on blind, and they're hounding him down, or at least trying to. They won't commit. Yuri tries to back off. He's being pushed up, though. Liaz does take him down as that smoke lands. And B has been wrapped by Henny in middle. He's caught a timing. He's spotted as a whipped shot, but he should be able to take him down. Vinny will do the damage. And now FURIA, they have the site.
This is one of the best spots 100 Thieves have been in, though. So they are going to give it a go. Gratisfaction flashing them in. Vinny, not even blinded, man. He's hungry for these kills now. Flashback out. Another one to follow. Vinny, so damn blind, and yet still putting up numbers. Can't even see, and he's still such a threat. Just leaving Jacob all alone in this 1v2. There's the peek from the back, and Henny going to help his teammate out. Vinny is a slippery man indeed, as he somehow stays alive and puts up numbers.
That's so sad for Jacob. Can we get an F for that? Because if he was holding a second longer, Henny would have peeked into him and he might have had that kill. But trying to be patient, unfortunately, you can't wait forever as a CT. You know those Ts are antsy to take fights, scared that you're walking up on them. But yeah, you can't wait forever, simply. And 5-0 for FURIA in control again. As we learned from this series, let's judge it round by round rather than assume anything is done. We've had comebacks on both sides. Not in the first map, but more in the second. Sneaky, sneaky Vinny. Out through the smoke. He's bottom B right now. No one knows. No one's fighting for it. It's just Liaz at the back of the site. We have a double mid setup, and that's not where the Ts are hanging around. Obviously, as a CT, you're scared of someone holding the gens or just any of those angles in middle, so you don't want to push, but pushing mid can open up so many options, so many availabilities to you, and they might need to, because FURIA, they're rushing A.
There you go, over it short. JKS is only good for one. Gratisfaction posted up back in CT spawn. Oh, Yuri's gone above and also beyond. He's got 3. This round has been laid to rest. Liaz is not having a very fun game here. Every round, he's like, right, guys, I'll save, I guess. You know, like 1v4, what can I do? He hears Vinny down towards B, so he at least knows not to go there if he wants to hold on to the M4. Man, this is rough for Liaz. This can feel horrible as well. Like, you know, the amount of times I feel like I've seen players be in his position where, like, you're always the guy saving and you never even get to play in rounds. And it feels like they go cold. Now, he's top of the charts right now for 100 Thieves. Like, he is head and shoulders above anyone else on the team to begin this game, but it's still very early days. And you don't want to feel like you're one guy that's still clearly feeling it somewhat is just being left to not even get to play.
Yeah, that is a sad reality, the life of a B anchor on many maps, right? Think about that. Think about, well, I guess it depends on the game. You could say Inferno, but it really just depends on the game plan. You'll often have, if you're getting wrecked, think of that Heretics Fnatic game we had the other day. It's like Keo and his teammate on A just saving round after round because you lose B in the opening 30 seconds. Sometimes it's just like that, man. And there's not a lot you can do about it. Because the one round, Harry, you know, the one round you rotate off of B, try and help your team, there you go, B. So, nice little bit of aggression.
Well, Lias was like, I'll go in first this time. I make sure I get to... Oh, hang on. Vinny's in the corner, of course he is. K-Serato's even holding on to these weapons, and this round here should be dealt with nicely. JKS, headphones unplugged, of course, as Art's running into the back line. Not quite able to follow up. Jacob's Deagle is a deadly sight to behold, but he's not given much of a chance. There's 2 weapons dropped at B, and so that's what 100 Thieves are gearing towards right now. They weren't able to get thrown away by K-Serato. And so by holding on to these, you know, it gives you a nice little buffer into this next round. You're going to have full utility. You're going to be able to bring the AWPs out.
Yeah, give me another one. Go mid. I don't know. Anywhere. Just remember how important Grat was back on Mirage, right? He had a bit of a resurgence there. Well, obviously a difficult map to AWP on, but he's 0-6. And this save, not just for the gun, but also for the pride. Don't want to go 007. That is... The pride, yeah. What else am I going to say there? But... yeah, if he can come alive, if he can take an A spawn, he's got a bit of money here, you'll see. I imagine he'll have the AWP. I'd love to see him take that quick A peek, right? You can actually catch off on the best T spawn up towards A. But again, FURIA, they haven't like been rushing the A site. Not off of spawns at least. I'm sure they will at some point, but there's not a necessity to do that by any means. Especially not when you're 7-0 up. So I'd love to see Grat try and take an aggro position, try and you know, get a pick early. He's been sitting in mid, often rotating. But as we know, those smokes come down on the A site and on either side, and there's just so little you can do at times, having to play retake. And FURIA have been doing so much damage through these smokes too.
Oh, we got that AWP. We got Grat's faction over in mid, and that's brutal. JKS through the smoke. And now FURIA, they get that kill, but they don't commit. They don't even go any further than that ramp room. They just take the free kill while they've got it, and now they look to commit to B. The rotates have shuffled around for 100 Thieves, and this B site, rather, is now empty. Liaz trying to hold it from middle, has dealt with one through the smoke, and so he's opened up a 4-on-4. He's made this round feel doable for 100 Thieves. Jacob is even wrapping in through ramp, but K-Serato is waiting for it, being as slimy as he possibly can, holding this backline position. That leaves a 3-on-3 open to 100 Thieves inside of the bomb site. K-Serato can play late around this bomb as long as he wins the fight onto Jacob.
Volleys are in. K-Serato's spotted the flank. He has a volley of his own to drop at the back line, but he'll just go back for the fight. The pure confidence. Nice shot from the AWP, but it's going to need to be fast here for 100 Thieves as time ticks away and the wallbangs and smoke spams. They continue to line up damage. No one's even tapped this bomb. No one's even touched it. And this round is done. Grat already knows it. Running away to save his AWP. And 8 rounds to 0 for FURIA, keeping up this occasion. Dear, oh dear. I've just loved the calling on this T side so far. Even right there where they get that A pick and they just walk in through the B smoke. They've done that time and time again. No one has been playing for stairs on the CT side, which you understand why. A difficult spot that can get flashed out pretty easy. But despite the retake nades, despite everyone coming in together, it's still not enough. FURIA, they just bleed the clock out. K-Serato also taking that fight as risky as it is. He realizes he can't just drop the molly because, firstly, if you drop that molly, you'll probably get peeked immediately. But also, there's a way that that flank player can like peek the stairs and take out his teammates who are playing that exact position. So he kind of has to fight that. That round relies on his kill. And once he gets it, FURIA, they just have to wait and no reason to move considering there was no bomb defuse.
Has mollied out in middle. Confined to a little corner. Gratisfaction trying to go for the short peek. Burns in that Molotov and doesn't get rewarded for it. Now Art, so deep already up the ramp, was looking for an early advantage. There are some nice nades bouncing off the crane to find this damage onto FURIA. Wow. And now they back out of ramp. They know they've forced rotations. It's back to B around the world. A tour of Vertigo brought to you by Art and Friends. Now into this B site. Kill for Liaz, but it's only one. Rotations coming in. Azza, you can see now, taking up this position, gets Molotov'd out. This man, more of a moth. He's attracted to the flames and he's going to burn in it. 3-on-3, the bomb, guess where it's going? The tour guide's back into the A site now, but is it really the A site? Oh. I don't know. They make noise on the crossing. They forced rotations back. 100 Thieves, they're thinking, ha ha ha, they're committing to A. We've got them, boys. We've made the right call, but it's back over, and now it is to A. What's going on? Do FURIA even know where this is going? I certainly don't, and I have X-Ray. They're down at the bottom of ramp. They're creeping on up. 100 Thieves, they're now kind of doubting themselves. Is it A? Is it B? I don't know. And everything falls silent just for a moment. FURIA getting set up over towards short. Yuri's still at B, still determined to make this B play happen. If you're going to get value out of Yuri, he needs to be making noise. He needs to be drawing these rotations over, but he's got no utility to do that. They're leaving this down to the wire. 100 Thieves rotating back in. Yuri's been spotted, and now they think, all right, boys, it's B. We got it. Yuri here alone. The rest of the gang in A, and they might not even be needed because Yuri mopping the roundup. JKS left in a 1v2.
That is ridiculous. I thought surely that would come back to bite FURIA with 20 seconds on the clock as they're creeping up A short. No way. 100 Thieves, all it took was a couple of shots on that B bomb site for them to doubt themselves and fully rotate as a three-man unit back towards that B bomb site. I can't imagine how confusing that must have been to play, but yeah, it felt like FURIA had absolutely flunked that round once they actually committed to A after faking A, or, you know, just back and forth and back again. 100 Thieves, you can tell they're jittery, you can tell they're nervous. It's showing in the gameplay. Just getting dragged around like FURIA's weird voodoo doll. They're throwing it across the room. 9-0. It's like Inferno all over again, but in such a different fashion, such a different style, such a different map, for crying out loud. And 100 Thieves, it's yeah, it's all coming back to the start of the series. They've got more money, they've got another orb. The buy is good, but I mean, that's me looking for positives. Got to do something with it. Grat's going for that A peak at least. He's going to cross sandbags.
Art's given us a classic up through the short smoke, but JKS was holding for it, ready and raring to go to put a stop to Art and his aggressive maneuvers. 5-on-4, 100 Thieves, first time in a long time that they've had a man advantage. And they want to do everything they can to keep it that way. Preemptive rotation from Gratisfaction into CT. Or Azza, rather, not Gratisfaction. He's over towards A ramp. Couldn't be further from the truth. Vinny creeping up B stairs. Liaz jiggling on the double box, and Vinny never saw him. Liaz might get away with a kill here because Vinny didn't have the info, but he's still going to land a shot. And now Azza moving into position on default. Whoa! Almost gets caught. Running around, darting around at the back of the site. Molotov's going to force him out into the open, and now maybe a sitting duck. Down he goes. Azza falling 3-on-3 as FURIA. They've reclaimed that man disadvantage.
But look at the bomb.
It's going back. Or is it? Flash for Vinny. No one blind. And JKS going to find the frag. Keserato and Yuri left in this one. Very low on HP and running out of time as well. Keserato, the bulk of this round is going to fall onto his shoulders. So these fights decide it all. He falls right away. And for Yuri, as good a game as he's having, 14-4 on the scoreboard, he knows that this round is undoable.
The saddest part about this is you don't even want to save, because look at the money. It's just not interesting to you. No loss bonus though, so no reason to go for this, considering you'd almost certainly die. Vinny, yeah, the reason he doesn't see Liaz behind the site is he's walking on an entry and staring at his crosshair. His head must be like next to the monitor, like Xantara's style. And as a result, he doesn't see Lias. He still hits a shot. He then tries to go wide, spots Azza, freaks out with a smoke in hand, and he throws the smoke off the map. Like, very weird, but not a worry at all. Better than smoking himself off on that position at least. And 9-1, finally the curse is lifted. It's broken, albeit temporarily perhaps. It's 100 Thieves finding a round. FURIA, they're going to respond. A faster A approach again. They throw this close sandbag smokes. I like that smoke because what it's doing is it's denying the Molotov that 100 Thieves are trying to throw over the crane. Usually have a lineup to bounce it on the crane and safely molly the A ramp. When it has come through, you know, sometimes they're throwing HEs, so it's not a worry, but sometimes that smoke is putting out the Molotov, and so that's kind of cool for FURIA. It also lets you walk up, right, without the fear of getting close peaked on the angle. The AWP is out in mid for Art. And he is just creepy crawling his way forward as a little nade, not going to do a whole lot of damage. And 100 Thieves have no idea how deep this mid control is.
Yeah, no utility being thrown out from FURIA, and as a result, like, you're just not ready for them to be so deep within middle. Jacob now head on a swivel. Oh, sliding up the double, but he looked away too soon. And it falls to Gratisfaction. He's got 1 kill to his name right now. He was one of the stand-up players back on Mirage. We need that Gratisfaction back in the server now more than ever. In this 1v2, K-Serato donning the AWP, playing inside of the ramp area, has Yuri falling back to join him. 2 flashes on Grat, that's all he's got. That's something at least to give him a bit of an edge in these fights. Doesn't want to give up his position just yet while he tries to piece together where these players are. He's even now picked up a smoke from the body of Azza in the site. Gratisfaction with the flashbang is going to get the job done. A second on the board for the 100 Thieves. And Gratisfaction might have only had 1 kill to his name going into this round. He finishes it with 3 and a second on the board for the rest of his team.
Grabs the AWP on the last tick as well. Very last, so fast fingers for Grat. And great call. He even knew, he even worked it out where Yuri was. No doubt about it. And closes out the round. That's a frustrating one. But, you know, this scoreline, you don't need to worry about it too much if you're FURIA. That being said, it could be the building block. It could be 100 Thieves getting back into the action here. The AWP is continuing as a result, and Art's brought up one of his as well. Back to middle. We've been seeing him take this AWP over Henny a lot in this series, right? Although it's often back and forth, and we've seen even 3 AWPers at times in this game for FURIA. Donning that primary here on the side vertical. Oh, the spam. It's good for JKS. Looked like he was about to get caught, but the trace is working in his favor, and he finds Henny.
Art wants revenge. He's not happy with the way that Henny was done in that round. Oh,
Tough.
well, he went looking for revenge, and he didn't exactly get the gratification he was looking for. Instead, he got the Gratisfaction he wasn't looking for. So now into this 3-on-5 and a B play for FURIA. But 100 Thieves, you know, they've dealt with this now a couple of times. They've kind of got into the ebbs and flows of this FURIA T side, and they're already positioned with 3 players over here towards B. Now, you know, as we've learned, FURIA, they don't have to commit necessarily where they're showing you, and that's what's happening here. But in going back to A, they are left in the firing line of this AWP on Gratisfaction.
I feel like this is one of the hardest maps to come back from a man deficit or like 2-man deficit on the T side. That certainly helps though. K-Serato, big kill up on A. These are going to draw rotations, not when Yuri's selling a fake. He's looking for kills. They want to remove the man from the background here. They're actually rotating towards him. They're going into the stack. This should be heard. 100 Thieves not giving anything up. I love this passive play. Liaz is going to look for a kill. He strays back to the site. There's the flashbang. Yuri, he needs a kill or this round is done. And there is that kill. Final bullets. He gets it as well. Azza dead. The bomb plant allowed. JKS can't stop it. There's too much cover. There's too much support. And now the retake has to happen.
This was a 4-on-3. This was no time for FURIA, and yet Yuri has made this round possible. Takes another before getting dealt with. It's all onto Jacob now, and the AWP case. Oh, he's hopped on by. Oh, he gets down. And now Jacob trying to get on this bomb. He taps it, trying to bait the peak, but K-Serato still hidden, not giving anything over. Taps it again. In with the re-peek is K-Serato, and he's going to nail the shot. 10 for FURIA, double digits secured. And K-Serato with 16 HP in an AWP proves good enough in the clutch.
He was calling his bluff as well. He could have stuck that. He could have stuck the bomb. And K-Serato had no intention, no interest in going for that fight. Obviously, the second time around, you never know. You have to give it a go. And frustrating for R, but hey, 3-on-5, that FURIA wins somehow, some way. Yuri, you talked about him earlier having a great game. Look at these shots. He had 3 bullets left in the mag, and he takes down 2. Oh dear, the flash into mid is very good. Nice bit of utility through the windows, and Henny, fully blind, spots the mid push. Now, off that call, FURIA can elevate the pace. They know for a change, one of these sites is going to be underguarded. Oh dear. Oh dear, Yuri. He almost finished the kill there, but instead gets spammed through the smoke. There's a player on boost. I don't know if they're ready for that.
Jaken's been waiting patiently.
Another 3-on-5.
He didn't get away with it. He didn't get away with the kill. That means that Art is still a threat here with this AWP. They move in. Pack Animal are 100 Thieves. They're grouping up. Vinny through the smoke. There's 1, there's 2, but shut down by JKS. Art and K-Serato bail them out, and it's a 3v5 for FURIA. 11 now on this T side. 100 Thieves, they get it close on the back of those pistols. I do like how on these fan cams we keep like having a few familiar faces cropping up time and time again. I think it shows some real dedication. If you're not just here to watch one team, you're here to watch all the teams.
Someone even had their Twitter on the screen there in big text. Talk about advertising yourself. I respect it.
You would never get that kind of stuff from Just Harry GG on Twitter, let me tell you now. Self-promotion, gross.
How dare you. 11-2. This is dominant. We've had signs of life. We've had a couple of close clutches for FURIA, but by and large, they've been in control and they've barely touched the middle. Now Art, he doesn't just touch it, he runs right through it. Liaz on the stairs. Oh, he jumps. That is a problem. He tries to get on top, and instead he gets put down 50 floors. It's a 5-on-3, but not in the way that it has been for the last couple of rounds. And yeah, this is a save. There's nothing you can do about it. And sadly, this time for 100 Thieves, we've had this in the past. FURIA haven't hunted. They've got the money now. They've got all the reason in the world to look for these kills and remove these guns going into the last round of the half. Someone stick with the bomb, but K-Serato, he's hunting them down. How does he hit that?
Grassfaction and JKS are trying to save. Will they be allowed to? Look at this. They are getting hounded down from everywhere. Grat's gone. JKS, can he stay alive? Oh, he's in with a second. Just wants to get away with his M4. Please leave him be. Onto the AK, and Yuri swinging on out. It's 12 for FURIA. They deal with everyone, and they're shooting at the bodies as they're trying to get in 100 Thieves' heads.
Rent-free, I think, is the expression, and they're probably there right now. 12-2, 1 left of the half. FURIA looking to make it as dominant as can be. And, well, I say that, actually. Inferno was as dominant, almost as it can be. This one, a close second place, but this is going to be a first place for them by the looks of things, and potential playoff spot on the line. 100 Thieves have a lot to fight back for. JKS pushing down, but Jacob rather, he's going to get caught regardless. And, well, JKS will follow. Maybe I was predicting the future. Grat flashing both his teammates. That is unfortunate, but yeah, they got bigger problems on their hand, and they're in the form of Art running up onto the site. Big kill from Grat. It's traded in the molly. They shouldn't be ready for Azza, but he's thrown some utility that might give away his position. Liaz saving his teammate short-term, temporarily. Are they ready for this? Azza making noise. He's swinging out. He's going to get a trade, but there's so many more waves of T's. 2 more on this site.
Oh, Henny tapping them down. Azza in the 1v1, desperately trying to look for anything other than the MP9. Oh. And Henny closes the distance. It's 13 for FURIA. It's 2 for 100 Thieves. Can they make a comeback happen here on Vertigo? Or is this the end of the road for the Aussies? Join us after a quick break to find out.
Was it real or just pretend? Why do you Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where sun go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm just sad to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within, oh. I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame, oh. Do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. Whoa, I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. So I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie.
Raj was a closer bet. We went almost the full 30. It finished 16-13. But here on Vertigo, it could be a damn sight faster as FURIA sit just a couple of rounds away from securing those playoffs.
Look at the grenades. We have 3 kits, or 3 belts of util and a kit on Keserato. Going in hard, 100 Thieves, trying to replicate that to the best of their ability. It's a slow crawl outside of A. FURIA did the same with the pistol, and 100 Thieves pushed into them and lost a lot of fights. Oh, that was a long, long time ago. 100 Thieves. They're going to move up eventually. FURIA will have the right guns for the job. USP's at a range. And Henny taps down. He's actually been flashed out. He's got to fall off. Yuri, same story, but he's got so many teammates on this A site. That's a quick trade. Vinny back in the angle. Jacob caught. He's flashed out, but he's now already worn off, and he can drop all of these grenades. That's a big kill for Grat to keep the utility intact. And now a man down off FURIA. They have a grenade for the plant. Art will throw it in, but it won't do a thing.
Keserato lining up a flash to try and propel them back in. They still have a lot of utility here, and you want to see some of that used. They've got a smoke for this plant, but they're looking for kills right now. Kills that are not presenting themselves at present. Art closing the distance over towards short. He's going aggressive. Azza is holding for this peak. Gets the information. Smoke now on the bomb. Keserato has that kit, and he's going to be sticking it. Azza. Oh, no, they get the kills. Thank goodness. It's 3 on the board for 100 Thieves. And, whoo.
Sigh of relief.
Yeah. Okay, so now they can try and build something up here.
Grat's got the bun as well. It's not
Yeah,
just...
I'm liking it, man. It's making a comeback, 2020. Everyone's growing their hair out because, you know, no one was getting that cut for a hot minute.
Shaving it off or growing it out?
Yeah, those are the options, right?
I feel like Hugo, you're going to rock a mullet by the end of EPL.
No, absolutely not.
I just realized I even fit into that category. I have had the man bun and I have been bald. Wow. I was actually ahead of the time there.
Ahead.
Well, Liaz and Azza, they're going to creep into mid. This is a scary spot to be in for these pistols on Furia's side. And I say that. I say that. It's actually not. It's actually a great place to be, as it turns out. Like we all expected, the USPs get the kills over in middle. Man advantage for Furia. Gratisfaction trying to go aggressive, but he's going to catch Vinny in the boost. Looking for a little bit more is Gratisfaction. Bomb getting punched in by JKS. And now 100 Thieves fall back to hold this in the post plant. JKS is maneuvering his way out from the bomb site. Jacob floating around. Kill hungry is this man. He's not going to come back to hurt him. He is up against armorless players on the other side. And already Keserato and co are running away. They're giving this round up. They're taking this with them into the next. 100 Thieves, they're going to get a fourth.
Unless they're planning to eco again and like sort of low buy and put armor and util in, I don't know why you wouldn't go for that if you're Furia, right? You have such a lead, you have the guns, you assumedly will be buying next round considering you ecoed for that. So I'm very interested to see, like, are you just going to throw these guns out? Okay, well, Keserato, he's going to throw his life out. And then they go for the... Okay, so they go for exits. Like, fair enough, respectable, you know? You try and catch someone on the flank, but I would have liked to see them go into the site if that was their plan. Doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it was a done round. It was 100 Thieves certainly winning that, but... Yeah, I think that's a better call than saving the Galil and the MAC-10. Like... There's no point. You may as well buy an M4. You've got so many rounds, so many chances to shut this down, and they're going to go for it right here, right now. MP9 on Keserato. M4's galore. It's allowed that utility as a result, and it's going to go down towards B. Bit of damage, nothing significant. JKS for a gap. Art's pushed B, or pushed A for a kill. Boost is coming through. This is great for Default and Jens. He might get that swing player, but he moves and falls off the top. Vinny spots him. And they never saw Keserato in the site. That's a great kill for Azza. It's going to open up the mid to B. Keserato's been spotted. He can get hounded down. He's trapped here, trying to smoke it out. How does he get that kill? It is surely traded, but 3-on-3. And look at those rotates. 2 players already coming towards B.
And with Henny holding the sandbags in this A site, he has got this on lockdown. So you can just commit to having 2 players in B for the side of Furia. The thing that's even better about this sandbags position is if that bomb continues kind of teetering between the sides, if it was to rotate back to A, no one's checking sandbags at this point in the round. They are going to commit into this B site. And with the utility leaning their way in a very big fashion, they're going to be able to force these players out into the open. JKS wasn't holding for it, but he flicks back in time. Vinny now at the generators, has to try and stand tall. He's good for 1 and even dinks down Azza. Henny, 1v2, but both these players are low. He's got to finish the job that the rest of the team started. And on the other side, it's 2 of the faces of Aussie CS in JKS and Azza. Left to keep this one in 150's favor, but down goes JKS. Azza now in the clutch. 1v1 and close to the smoke. Spamming, he's going to find it. 5 on the board for 100 Thieves.
That was scary. There was a kit there as well. There was every chance to win that clutch. The fast flank down ramp doesn't fall for the fake. And 100 Thieves, they're just going to win it by the skin of their teeth. It's doable. I don't want to say it's not, because that would just be, you know, not giving credit to this team, but it's a long road to recovery. Much like we saw Furia try to crawl back into Mirage. As soon as you get to that 13-13, that's when the cracks show, and they crumbled there.
I'm going to let everyone in on a little secret. Before this game, I said, I feel like it's going to be like, and I was just joking around, you know, I say, oh, it's going to be a 13-2 half, and then 100 Thieves come back, only to have it slipped away from them in the final moments. Now,
all too common, isn't it?
Suddenly, right, I feel like What's like the opposite of jinxing? Like predicting?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I predicted this, Hugo.
It was a joke, Harry. Didn't actually predict it.
No, that's true. It was a joke. And jokes never mean what they say. I mean, I am a joke, yeah. So it works.
You mean what you say.
There's satisfaction over here at Ramp, but he's got Jacob fighting with him. These pistols on the other side, a little boost getting thrown up. It might be the triple boost here.
No.
What are they looking for? Just that little boosted angle to spot down Ramp.
Yeah, you can watch the scaffolding position from that. They've actually double boosted on A. Could we check that out? That's super cool. Seeing these two towers. You can see, I think that's Yuri crouching, but when he stands up, he can spot if anyone's coming short. And this one's sick as well for Queserato. Lots of options available. Sadly, no options available because 100 Thieves, they're going B. This is like the perfect round to do that though. You know, even though it's going to do nothing, it's a nice idea. And in a world where 100 Thieves go A, whoo, it could be something. But it's not.
So eloquent, Hugo. Az is holding the flank with Liaz here. That's what's happening. That's what we're looking at. Here it is. Liaz, there's one. No more as he gets taken down. Azza has support from JKS. Don't worry, because these two, they've got it under control. Actually, Queserato doing a lot of damage. I say that they have it under control, the JKS does. It's 6 on the board for 100 Thieves. FURIA coming in with another investment. And unlike the last time they had a full buy, this time they've got everything. They're no longer faced with that sacrifice of like running SMGs, but getting the utility and the kits. No, they've got rifles, they've got kits, they've got utility, they've got AWPs in play if they would like. And so this is the ultimate test for the 100 Thieves. If they're able to overcome this, then this comeback is well and truly underway. Yeah. If not, if it all falters now, then maybe it was never good enough to beat the force buy anyway, or full buy rather.
Is it buy time or bye-bye time? That's the question, because the boost is being predicted. Oh no, Queserato moves off as it comes through. The flash is good, and he's still watching the general position. Okay, goes back for more. Double tap to take down JKS. Oh dear. 100 Thieves did that in the last rifle round, so FURIA were very ready for it this time. They will not be falling for your trickery this twice, rather. Another boost coming through. It's for Liaz. But, oh, look at it. It's being watched. It's being held. And... oh no, as soon as Liaz stands up, he's going to get absolutely blown out. Banged through the wood. Henny's even got a pick, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, so it's not really getting a lot better here for the Thieves. One by one, they're falling short, but Azza will finally put up a kill here for the T side. Grab spots the jump. Queserato, he has stayed here for so long and stood tall without... taking a fight or committing, just playing that crossfire. But he's going to peek with him. I love it. FURIA crunching, collapsing on their opposition. And 14-6. Well, Harry, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just shows, right, the moment that FURIA have all the pieces of the puzzle there, they immediately, they don't just kind of edge it over the line to victory in that round. They do it cleanly. They lose one player in the whole thing. And that's scary, because now for 100 Thieves, well, they have this force buy, which even that is like pretty gross. You got a Galil and an AK and then some Tech 9s. Tech 9 time, let's go. Down here towards ramp, what can they do? I'm always unimpressed with the Tech 9, and I would love for this round to be the one that makes me finally switch to the Tech.
No.
It's already not looking good, and it's about to look a whole lot worse. Oh, they're trying to retrieve the AK. And they have grabbed it, but, well, not for long, I guess. Azza already removed 2 players down here at bottom ramp. Come on, Liaz. With that Tech 9, give me some gold. Give me something big. This is it. It's your round. You've been playing your whole life in this game, and now you need to make it work. The Tech gets 1, and he's into the 1v4.
Faith restored, Harry, in the Tech? Not in Liaz, in the Tech?
No.
No. Good man. Oh, no. It's getting hot in here. Liaz, maybe you throw the gun off the map? I don't know. What else can you do at this point? They're coming for you, and they're coming fast. Nice shot, but he is getting flanked. I don't know how he gets out of there alive.
Me either.
Is he trying to save this? Because, again, like, you're against 14. I think at this point, you just got to give it everything you got, and you've been smoked off. So,
they kind of made the mind up for him, didn't they?
You want to say? Well, go say.
He's going to smoke through. He's going to flash through, but he won't be ready for a player boost. It doesn't matter. Henny deals with him anyway. 15 for FURIA, 1 away from ending a 100 Thieves run here at ESL 1 Cologne and locking in their spot in the playoffs.
And there's more techs to stop them as well. No money here for 100 Thieves. Do the tech, it's either first bullet headshot kill or 20 bullets spam, 0 shots connect. Like, that's it. It's just so bad when you spam it. People play it, including me, people play it like it's the old tech, and you just can't. You think you can because you're like, I can shoot loads of bullets. Surely one of them will hit. No, never does, never will. First or nothing. But regardless, it's, yeah, the CZ is not exactly a lot of fun.
Even Liaz didn't reinvest in a Tech 9. I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah. You got to kill with it.
Art's over here at B, right? I'm always underwhelmed by the Tech 9. Now would be the time to see what it's made of. Jacob opens up. Now, Keserato playing at the back left here, playing this bait position. Is it worth it? Because right now he's lost his teammates. Oh, there it is. Keserato lines them up and knocks them down. Yuri and Henny 2-on-2 thanks to Keserato. He's given them a fighting chance in this round. Azza has retrieved this orb. Struggles to put it to good use right away and hasn't got this bomb down. This has bought even more time for Henny to rotate in. They spot Yuri crossing, and there's the tech lighting them up. The deagle from Liaz puts a 7th on the board for 100 Thieves. They still need 8 in a row to get this one to overtime.
I actually like that idea of what Yuri just did there. He threw that smoke off the left wall so he could jump around the cold zero spot and go through it or fight round it. Unfortunately, he gets spotted and spammed by the D-Tech combo. But yeah, that's a cool idea. If you get flash behind you and go through that smoke, that would be really annoying to deal with as a CT. Imagine like planting and someone just runs at you on that rail. Ugh. Okay, 100 Thieves, giving us some interest, giving us some excitement, but can you give us some more rounds as FURIA again want to change the pace? Oh, he loves doing this with the AWP. They might expect it. Grat's waiting. Oh, they're going to edge into his crosshair, and he flicks right down. There's a good trade. There's an M4 still here. Yuri, through the smoke, ends Liaz's life, and it's down to a 3-on-4.
FURIA are grouping up outside of this A side. Like, if 100 Thieves keep going, they're running into a 3-on-3. Azza is very, very deep as well, and he's the man with this bomb on his back. Has to be careful as he tries to retreat out from ramp, especially with that deep smoke down. Now, this is where we're going to see FURIA, similar to back on Inferno, where they would fight for an area of control, and then they would retake it later in the round and play off of that information. That's what they're aiming to do here at the A bomb site. And quite soon, they're going to get that dawning realization that it's no longer A. And we already see Henny kind of leaning towards B with his presence in middle. Keserato, armored only an MP9, has to buy time here at B for these rotations, because they are still a long ways away. Henny, first man to move in. Keserato hiding in his own smoke. Nobody checking it, and there's the attention drawn away by Henny. Grat gets 1 and is left in a 1v2. Now, both these players have rotated in from A, out through middle. He's tapped the bomb to try and bait a peek, and there's another for Grat, but out from the generator is Vinny to lock in that playoff spot for FURIA. They take this series 2-1 with a dominant performance on Inferno and Vertigo and a Mirage that went the distance. For 100 Thieves, their journey's cut short, which is always a shame to see. But with this version of FURIA showing up, it certainly makes Cologne that much more exciting.
match, and what a match it was. FURIA confirming a spot in the semi-finals against Evil Geniuses after bringing the fire on Vertigo. And Harry, I know you're thrilled with this performance from FURIA, given that you've outed yourself as a stan during the pre-match.
Yeah, you know, what a team to stan. You know, I think it's pretty easy. They're a very respectable bunch of guys. Yeah. And then in the server, they're such a delight to watch every time without fail.
I wonder with 100 Thieves if it was just simply them not believing themselves on that second map, because occasionally we saw flashes of brilliance. They nearly saved themselves, kept themselves in the game longer by winning yet another eco. But there just seemed to be something lacking in the sense of how they were defending that B site. It just seemed like FURIA could take it and take it and take it and take it, and they didn't have many answers, Hugo.
Yeah, I can't speak to that, right? I have no idea what's going on in their head. One thing I can say is, even if you believe in yourself, that's not going to drag you over the line when it comes to facing a team like FURIA. They're going to punish every mistake. They're going to be so annoying, and that's exactly what they showed us today.
Well, we asked you guys in Twitch chat during the break to vote for your match MVP. And it's like you read our minds, because it is, of course, the fabulous Vinny. You guys have got excellent taste in Twitch chat, and we have got him on the line. We've been desperate to talk to Vinny for a very long time. We're all big fans here. And Vinny, I don't know if you can hear me right now.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Hello. Hola. Obrigada.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. Talk to me about your in-game body system. We saw it on Inferno. Sometimes you'd be up there with your mate Art. Sometimes you'd run over to support Hen on the open mid. Talk to me about how you make the decision as to who you're playing with.
I mean, I think the way we just play right now, I just go where we have like noise on the map. So normally I support out in the beginning, just see if they're gonna pressure banana. So I think that game was just having out just killing, just having all the great decisions. Yeah.
Vinny, man, I'm sure you are, firstly, congratulations on getting to playoffs. I'm sure you guys are really confident about your upcoming matches despite falling to Chaos the other day. And I want to talk about that, not specifically Chaos, but who's your biggest threat in North America right now? EG and Chaos top their group. Liquid are looking a bit shaky. What do you think?
I can say like 100% AG. We never beat them, so that's all like next goal.
Vinny, man, I remember back at like Pro League and Road to Rio, you were a bit of an R8 user at time. You know, I saw you using that gun, especially on train. Are you just using that for fun, or do you actually think that's something that you think could catch on?
I mean, I think it's the only map that can work really well with Strain and D2, but we don't play this year, so this isn't the map. It's a fucking scout, so you should work.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm glad you said that, because that's what I always thought it was. Sorry, Frank.
It's okay. I just wanted to ask about Vertigo. There was it was round number 9, not that I imagine you were counting, where you faked towards A, and then it seemed like you were obviously going to go towards B, and then you decided, actually, no, you know what, we're going to go to A. What on earth was happening in that round?
I was alive in this round, or just the team? Because I remember that they are trying to fake, and they were like, the guys returning to A, so when they were in A, they returned the guys to B, so we're just trying to like go to the one spot that had like one guy, at least.
And what are things like on comms in those situations when things are going wrong? Because there were times when we saw Art with his head in his hands getting frustrated because he died, even though you won the round.
I think it was stressful because some little mistakes that were happening, like not with him, but like someone getting peeked on the other side of the map that you shouldn't. So that kind of thing, like just stressing it here up.
I want to know what was going on with the triple AWP on Mirage, man. What was the idea there? Because that's mental. I love that you guys pulled it in. What was the thinking behind it?
I'll be honest with you. In the first ground round, I had no idea, because when they bought their 3 options, guys, this is okay. And this is the game plan. Okay, then I'll just go around. I have no clue.
It sounds like sometimes you're just going along with whatever the team wants. You're not really on the same page. You just do as you're told.
I mean, yeah, so go kill there. Okay, that's fine.
Do you ever even turn up to practice? You just turn up to the matches?
I mean, we have like some things before the matches, especially individually for each one.
Some things. And how much of an impact do the shoulder massages from Gary have during the games?
They released this stress after like a 10th round, so 100%. Yeah.
Well, I feel like maybe that's a tip for our casters. Vinny, thank you so much. Before you go, you will be playing Evil Geniuses in the semi-finals.
Yes.
Do you feel confident going into that matchup?
Yeah, we feel ready this time, so it's gonna be a hell of a match.
This time. I like the fighting talk. Thank you so much. Obrigada. Is it what?
Bye,
Is
guys.
it what, Noah? I can't say it very well. I'm trying to learn Portuguese because, of course, we know we have a lot of Portuguese and Brazilian, I should say, viewers out there. But I'm rubbish.
We're not the language men here, Frank.
No, yeah, I
dudes. You should have
literally
spoken
just
to that
think-
guy
yeah,
who
yeah.
actually speaks Portuguese.
I
Where'd he
tried.
go?
I said goodbye to him
no,
twice, so production were just like, she's going to keep talking to him if we don't whip him out of it.
I love having Vinny on, man. He's such a character.
They
Like,
all are.
that's what I mean. Yeah, like I keep saying it, but this whole Furia squad is just so like lovable. It's hard not to like this team. They're very funny. They're very quick-witted. They know what they're doing in the server, and they're great at giving you an interview where like they give you some insight, but then also they just spend a lot of it making you laugh, which I think is good for them because it means that they're not like giving over everything that they do to get to these decisions in the first place.
This is going to be such an interesting week for us, gentlemen, because now we're on the night shift. We're finally looking at the NA teams. We haven't had a chance to cover their matches yet. Having looked at Furia, where do we think they stand in comparison to the other teams still in this competition? And as a reminder, we've got Chaos, Evil Geniuses, and Cloud9 and Liquid are going to face each other tomorrow for the chance to go up against Chaos in the semis.
That's a banging game as well. But the fact that they're facing EG, ooh, that's scary. As Vinny said, like that's never a game they've actually won. They've been competitive with Liquid. In fact, they've been beating Liquid more often than not. When we look, especially with things turning online against EG, online season has not affected them in a bad way at all. They've looked really good. They look like in the best shape of their life. Obviously, you can always put that asterisk on the results recently, but frankly, we're here, so are Furia, so are EG. I honestly can't make a prediction there. I have no idea what's going to go down, but I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
game.
I think that matchup in particular is so exciting because my opinion on it is the winner of that matchup likely goes on to take Cologne, right?
Sure.
So that's the kind of level of prediction you're going to get from me, Frankie. I know that's kind of playing it safe, but I still think that's quite the statement. I think EG or Furia, they're going to be taking this.
I've seen your wardrobe. You never play it safe. Right, let's look at what the results were from today. In case you guys have just tuned in for North America and you want to know what's going on in Europe. So Na'Vi actually got pushed out of Cologne by Vitality. Not by Vitality, they're coming up tomorrow against FaZe. By NIP in 2 maps. And then we also said goodbye to Fnatic as Heroic impressed as well.
Yeah, that's so cool as well, right? Like the fact that these like 2 less proven squads knocking out like Titans of Cologne, guys that are always here, right, getting sent home. And it's earned by Heroic and NIP. You know, both those teams looking to be in really, really good shape right now.
Yeah, and you don't want to miss seeing even more teams fight it out to reach the playoffs of Europe and, of course, Cloud9 versus Liquid tomorrow in our final group stage match of the North American region. Chad, Machine, Pansy, they're all going to be here tomorrow morning to kick things off with the first game of the day, so make sure you don't miss it. But right now, boys, it's past my bedtime. I'm a lightweight. I'm an old woman. So we're going to say good night, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
I can't lose this feeling I get. My heart's in the right place, and so is my soul, yeah. I won't take no excuses for it. Love it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my space. These emotions on my face, taking a toll, I gotta pay it forward. I'll give it all that I can. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my